Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Brewhouse Lair Spiritual Sauce podcast. We have Brittany and we have Kiara on tonight for our discussion about what really happened to Kate Restin. Um, Many of you may have heard about what happened to Kate Restin a few years back. For those of you who haven't, I'm gonna kind of roughly go over it, but not too deep. I always advise you guys to definitely do your own research when it comes to spiritual matters, spiritual things, and situations like this. And the importance of this podcast, this particular episode, is so you guys don't meet or make some of these unfortunate events like what happened to Kate. So Kate basically went to she was into voodoo, and there is like this big debate if she should have even been practicing voodoo, um, because she wasn't melanated, things like this, just a lot of different things. um, if you truly know about voodoo, um, if you've read any really, really good books, they'll tell you that anyone can practice. However, when you talk to the people within the community, they will begin to give you a more culturalized focus on what voodoo really is and what voodoo isn't. Allegedly, Kate was dating a melanated woman and was upset because her and the melanated girl were going to break up or had broken up. All right, these stories do vary. Um, Kate decided to do magic um, with voodoo spirits, and the next thing everyone heard from her, she was gone. Now, prior to her doing this, people had warned her to leave that alone. That was not the way to do things. Um, However, she chose really just not to listen to them. Um, Excuse my voice. I am very, very tired, y'all. But she chose not to listen. She was like, I can do what I want. I can practice how I want. No one can tell me what to do or, how to do anything. And these messages that she was writing on social media are public. So, like I said, if you do your research, you can find these messages. So, the big question is, do I think, do we think um, that Kate got Papa Legba, which is who she was going for, and if Papa Legba did something to her? So I'm going to let the ladies on the podcast with me um, tell you what their thoughts are about Kate first and who she received. And then I'm going to go into what I have to say. So one of you can go first.
Here, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Hey, girl. The one that you're going first. I don't think she got Papa Legba at all.
Mm-hmm.
She may have got somebody. I don't want to say like more sinister, like, but I think she definitely woke up somebody who is more so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get her, kind of, like, let me show her what it means to F around and find out.
Right.
I don't think she got Papa though. I don't think she got Papa Legba at all. And that's just me coming from not my own experiences. I don't think that's the energy she got.
Right. I think we all in agreement there.
Right. Yeah. No. I don't think she got him at all.
All right, you the same, Brittany?
Yeah, I don't think she got Papa Legba at all because he wouldn't have had I guess, a reason to cause harm to her as long as her, intentions were pure, and she was doing, what she was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if she did it the right way. Now, if she
Hi,
didn't do it the
love.
right way, she would have got Papa, and that would have happened. But
Right.
some didn't go the way that it was supposed to.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And see, in my personal belief, in my field of work, you just have to know, and you guys who are watching, you guys are free to, like, speak to us in the chat or whatever, because I do have my chat open, um, on my MacBook, so I'm like casting from my iPad, and I'm looking at the comments on my MacBook, and then I have these ladies on the phone, so I have multiple devices going on trying to get this done, for you guys. But like I said, you guys are free to talk to us in the chat, and if you guys have questions, please ask them, and we will answer them. All right. I don't want you guys to feel like this is like a closed podcast where you can't ask questions. We want you to ask questions. I don't want you guys to leave here with any questions. Um, if you are spiritual, if you are religious, I want to say this: it doesn't matter to me what your religion is, it doesn't matter to me what your practice is. I just ask that everybody be respectful of each other's religions and each other's practices. Because the truth of the matter is, even if you don't believe a certain way, that is completely fine. However, what is not okay is to attack other people's beliefs. Um,
Right.
that is highly, highly frowned upon. Um, what do I think about Kate? I think Kate made a very big mistake. It like I said, it is said that she, was, kind of pissed off, at this girl, and the girl was like well seasoned in voodoo. So when you think about the relationship that they had been over each other's houses, things like that, so she was learning from the melanated girl. You know what I'm saying? She was learning from her. And I feel like, to me there's not a color line here. To me
Right.
there's more so you you were learning from her, you were practicing with her. But I don't think what Kate was thinking or understanding is that spirits linger. Okay. And there's no telling who this melanated girl had over her head. There is no telling the relationships that she had with the spirits that she worked with. And when I say that spirits linger, I need you to understand, and overstand that there are spirits that are going to be around you 24/8 to protect you at all times. Okay, even when you're not around. And if you watch my readings, you know this. The spirits hear conversations that you don't hear. They hear the plots, they hear the plans, and all these things. And when you're highly spiritual, they do come back and they relate these things to you and let you know pretty much, hey, look, this is what's going on. you know um this is the severity of this situation. And I do think that the spirits communicated that, with the melanated girl. I really do think that. However, I do think a lot of those spirits lingered. Now, there's no telling what spirits Kate worked with also. So I want to be very clear on that, because she could have had spirits lingering, that she worked with as well. Now, a lot of the times when people when we talk about Papa Legba, please understand the puppet that you guys see online when you're like when Kate is like, "Hey, I'm gonna summon, Papa Legba." Those are not even Papa Legba's colors.
Right. Right.
Okay, and you don't in voodoo, you don't use a puppet to summon any loa. Okay, let's just be clear. All right, you use a veve, and this is why, among other, tools and things, and this is why I, as a priestess, get highly upset with spiritual communities and people who are trying to be a part of spiritual communities, because they want to take the easy road. They want, oh, Papa Legba opens roads, so I'm gonna go work with him. But do you have a relationship with this spirit?
Mhm. Right.
Do
Okay,
you know the organization of a voodoo ritual? These are the things I'm going to ask you as a priestess, as a mambo. And my number one thing is, if you have to ask questions before a ritual, if you have to ask for help, then you just shouldn't be doing it. And that may hurt a lot of people's feelings, and I'm sorry for that. But at the same time, I'm not sorry, because if you're going to go into a practice and you're going to do something, you have to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
This is traditional for a reason. Like I said, there's no color line here. There's just
Mhm.
fact over fiction. And the truth of the matter is, people go on Amazon, they buy a book about voodoo, they buy a book about Santeria, and then they're just like, hey, I'm practicing Santeria. I'm practicing, voodoo. I'm a priestess. I'm this. This is something you have to be called to do. You
right.
have, priestessism has to be placed over your head before your birth. Okay?
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
be appointed, not not self-selected. Okay?
Right.
And there are several instances where people have gone and wanted to learn about voodoo, and they have went to practice voodoo, and they have went to get initiated, and these people were unalived. Kate had a daughter. A lot of us watching this have daughters, have children. She had to leave behind her child because this was unbeknownst to her. And I feel like, hey, boo, I feel like that's my favorite Capricorn, y'all. My inner thoughts is my favorite Capricorn. Like, she made me love Capricorns um, all over. I absolutely love her. Um, but it's like, people get upset when you try to tell them, like, hey, look, take a class, do your research first. Because even as a mambo, when Brittany, before Brittany became my godchild, she wanted to learn a lot of things. And I was like, research first, research, because you need to know what you're getting into. So as a mambo, I was highly upset when people were blaming Papa, because Papa has always been like a father, grandfather figure for me. I've had a relationship with him since I was a child. He was actually one of the first spirits that came to me that I worked with, but I didn't seek him out. He sucked me out. You get what I'm saying? He came to me in my time of need as a child, when there were demons and entities trying to hurt me and trying to scare me. He came
Mhm.
and protected me from them. So as a child, I wasn't looking for these things, but when I would see these evil entities, and I would just get scared and close my eyes and like try to hide under the cover, all of a sudden I would hear, animals and things like that. And I would call my dad who raised me, and I was just like, do you see the animals? Do you see the little red dots? And he's like, those are your spiritual animals. Those are the angels. Those are the Loa, the Orisha. They're here to protect you. And I literally felt protected. But I'm not saying that, these spirits can't protect you or won't protect you. I'm just saying, please be careful, because you guys really have to understand that these are spirits. And a lot of people don't understand that when they're calling on these spirits, a lot of people don't even know that there's a difference. If I ask anybody on, oh, she said, I love you too, girl. Okay, well, text me back if you love me.
I'm crying.
That's my girl right there. Like, for real. For real. Text me back. So it's like, there's a difference between the Rada Loa. People are like, wait, what? There's what's a Rada? But there's Rada Loa, there are Petro Loa, and there are many other nations of Loa. Okay, you don't learn those things until you initiate into Vodou, and like you've heard me say here on my channel before, the initiated don't talk to the uninitiated. Like like my offline godchildren, that I actually, knew before I knew you guys. They won't even talk to you guys, and you guys know this. You guys can vouch for that because they're full blown initiates. So that differs, and people are like, well, how are they your godchildren? They have these I'm on the phone with haven't been initiated yet. You get what I'm saying? But as initiation comes into play for you, and being initiated into Vodou doesn't make you a priestess. You get what I'm saying? There are levels of initiation, and we will discuss that, I believe, in episode 6, I believe. So the overall thing here is, you know, there when anytime you're dealing with the Loa, because I brought up the Rada are more Papa's a Rada. Okay, Papa Legba is a Rada Loa, and those are the more sweet Loa, the more nicer Loa. Okay, and I'll get to Baron Samedi in a minute. But the Petro Loa are the fire Loa. They're more hot headed and angry, and they basically won't play with you at all. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So this is one reason why I don't believe that Papa did this. Now, the other reason why I know that he didn't do it for a fact is because, like I said, when everybody was blaming Papa, if you were friends with me on Facebook, you would have known I was going off. From 2019, I'm gonna say from 2018 to 2021, I had to go off so many times on social media about the spiritual community, and we'll talk about that within that episode, that'll be coming up. Because the thing about it was, there were people who are on Facebook. I'm just gonna say it. They're on Facebook. They have these groups, and these people are literally having people join their groups, and they're telling people they can get them initiated, and then those people are not even initiated. And then these people, like Kate, are believing these people's lies. You get what I'm saying? So when she said, I don't care, you can't tell me what to do, this is my practice, I can do what I want, trust and believe that's how she felt under her teaching. You get what I'm saying? That's how she felt under her teaching. And a lot of these people were just leading people astray for money, and like I said before, and like I'm going to continue to say, spirituality was trending, but it is not a trend, it's a tradition. Okay? Right. And everybody saw American Horror Stories Coven. So now you have a social media platform full of everyone claiming Marie Laveau. It took me forever to claim Marie. It took me forever to claim Marie, because even though she was there at my first protection ritual, I didn't know her as Marie Laveau. I was 5. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know the lore, the background, the tradition, the culture. I didn't know anything about my ancestor until I began to get older. And when she kept telling me, I'm an ancestor, and literally, like, every dream I have, she's in that dream. And I was still like, give me another sign, give me another sign, give me another sign. And then she started hitting me on my head. So I was like, you know, after doing the New Orleans trip, I found out that that's something that she does. Like, if you don't recognize her or if you don't know who she is, you ask her too many crazy questions, she'll hit you, over your head. And I was like, okay. And this one time, I was like in the shower, and because when you're in the water, I don't know about you guys, but I know for me as a spiritual person, being in the water gives me a lot of reflection, and like a lot of things come to me when I'm in the shower. So like, if I could have one of those phased out videos where you like can't actually see me showering, but you could see what's actually going on. I'm literally trying to hurry up, get out the shower, grab my journal, grab my. She said yes in the shower, exactly. Like, I'm trying to grab a pen. My husband is looking at me like, this girl done got another vision, or something done came to her, and I'm trying to hurry up and rush it, write it down before I forget, get back in the shower. Like, it's crazy. And I be like, really, y'all, really, while I'm in the shower. But this one time, she was like, look at you, sitting up here thinking about a spell right now and asking me for another sign. If you can't tell we related, she was like, look at your face. Like, me and all my daughters literally look just like her. Okay? We're shaped just like her. Our attitudes are just like her. You know? So I believe it. I believe it. I know it's a fact. I know it's real. But this is why I tell you guys, like, when these things happen to you, if you have the proper teaching, you'll know, like, okay, I'm not tripping. Like, this is something that's really, what I'm saying, this is something that's really happening in real time. It's okay for me to feel this. It's okay for me to know this. This is something that is really, really real, and it's not something I'm making up or, just slamming into my head. It's real. Right. And for Kate, I really wish Kate had people who were real spiritual priests and priestesses to help her and guide her, because as a priestess myself, I've never told you guys, go ahead and go do that magic. Go ahead and do that bad magic to somebody. You get what I'm saying? I've never said that. I've never said that. So my thing is, why would you say that? Why would you okay something like that? Because now somebody's gone. Now her family is in mourning. Her daughter was very young, you know?
Correct.
Like, think about how she is on the other side, and that's why I literally had to conjure Papa. I had to conjure him, and I had to ask. I was like, was it you who did this? You know? And he was like, no, it wasn't me. And I'm like, they're blaming you and Baron Samedi for this, you know? And then, and all over the internet, it's all over the internet. It wasn't Papa Legba, it was Baron Samedi. I don't think it wasn't Baron either.
It wasn't even Baron.
And then this is the thing, because they're like, oh, it was Baron because he's the lower of death. Okay, he's a lower of death. But this is the thing. This is what you don't know, okay? Do you know how many Barons there are? How many versions of Baron there actually is? There are multiple versions of Baron, okay? Okay? And when they talk about Papa in the crossroads, Papa is not the only one who guards the crossroads. Kofu does too. You get what I'm saying? And Kofu is a Petro lower. Kofu is a very hot-headed lower. So just imagine being a Petro lower, and not no offerings being given,
That's the crazy part right there.
You get what I'm saying? The ritual is not set up. And you know, people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm working this voodoo ritual. I got my candles, I got my herbs." Okay, but do you have a sign? Do you even know what that is? You
Hmm.
know? Do you actually have a posho medicine? And I'm not talking
Mm-hmm.
about what they called it in American horror stories. In American Horror Stories, the Posho medicine was said to be a spell. The Posho medicine is a pole that actually links you to the our physical realm, to the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
Papa
Mm-hmm.
Legba is the intermediary between the physical and the spiritual realm. So was Papa Legba called on first? You get what I'm saying? Everyone is like, "Oh, I'm doing the voodoo ritual. Oh, I'm doing this." Okay, but did you call before you can even call on any spirit? You have to go to Papa Legba first, and Papa Legba has to grant you the permission to
Mm-hmm.
speak to that said spirit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which
Right,
means
right.
you have to have offerings for Papa Legba. You have to have offerings for whatever other spirit is going to
Mm-hmm.
come through, and then you have to be strong enough,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
because let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you, you do not conjure what you cannot banish.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, why are people passing in their sleep? Because they passed away from a spiritual war. It was something that they were fighting. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Well, she
Yep.
was found in the tub. Okay, if she was found in the tub of water, no one thought it could be La Sirene. No one thought it could be
Mm-hmm.
Agwe. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Y'all, they just went to name calling and blaming Papa Legba and blaming Baron Samedi, which is that wasn't right at all. You know what I'm saying? So to me, everybody was
Mm-hmm.
wrong. So,
Yes.
like I said, I got really upset about it because at the end of the day, I think everybody was overlooking the fact that this girl's life was gone. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and the reason why I advocate so much for spirituality is because I feel like there needs to be someone who's going to tell the collective the truth, whether they want to
Mm-hmm.
hear it or not. Buying a book
Not
off
right.
Amazon does not make you a practicer of voodoo.
Right.
You literally have, and like, people will say, well, what do I need to do if I want to get, to work with Papa Leg? But oh, the first thing you need to do is create an altar. No, stop. The first thing you need to do is to research about who Papa Legba is. You need to educate
Yep.
yourself on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once you have educated yourself on him, I'm not talking about reading a few posts, reading a book, and then boom, that's it. That's not educating yourself. These things take years, these things take time. But the
Right.
majority of the people within the community, they're looking for an out. They're looking for, I need money right now, and this spirit is good for
Mm-hmm.
that. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And this is why I get so upset when people, how they do Jesus, because a lot of people call on Jesus only when they need something. Like, that's not fair to him. You
Hello.
get what
Don't
I'm
y'all think
saying?
he's tired of y'all creeping his phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
I definitely say that a lot.
yeah, it's just not fair. I mean, think about y'all being ancestors, and
Mm-hmm.
someone calling on
Mm-hmm.
you and they don't have your offerings, and they're not appropriating you correctly. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You'll be like, you're always calling on me, but you're not ever doing anything for me physically. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it would literally mess you up. And then also the thing with Kate too, you guys have to remember, Papa Legba is not the only. She said that's true. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, because people don't. Not saying you directly, my inner thoughts, but just the collective, a lot of the collective don't have this particular knowledge. And it takes me back to what I was saying in the other podcast. We did not grow up in spiritual school. You get what I'm saying? Church was like literally the closest thing that we had to a spiritual school. You get what I'm saying? But it didn't, unless you went to a non-denominational church. Like my parents who raised me had a non-denominational church, and they had a non-denominational church because although that they, practice, they still believed in God. You get what I'm saying? They still believe in God, just in a different way than others believed in him. In Vodou, Bandai was their God, is their God. You get what I'm saying? Because that is the supreme creator within Vodou. And each practice is going to be different. But if someone is Muslim and they pray to Allah, it's not fair to tell them that their God is not real. You don't know what their God has done for them. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, however you have to find God is how you have to find God according to you, your culture, your beliefs. Because how can you endow yourself in something that you don't connect with? You get what I'm saying? That's why I tell people all the time, if you don't want to work with me, cool, that's fine. It's no hard feelings, because there has to be a connection there. You get what I'm saying? There are people who come to me and want to work with me, and I'll turn them down. There are a couple of people I should have turned down, wanted to turn down, but the ancestors was like, no, this is your enemy, and we need you to do this. We need you to see how this is going to go. We need to give your enemy a chance to redeem themselves in this life. And if they do not redeem themselves in this life, then they're just going to have to suffer the fate that they have suffered in other lives. And that's why I say this stuff is real. Me and Brittany was on the phone for 4 hours last night.
4 hours, bro. We had so much.
For 4 hours last night, because when I tell you those spiritual conversations get real, they do. And we were talking about how same kind of on the same lines what Kiara was just talking to me about before we came on live, was how mothers and family members can be your past life enemies as to why they treat you the way they do. And it's like, you guys are wondering, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Why is this person so mean to me? And 9 times out of 10, yeah, they may be your aunt, uncle, sister, brother, mother, father in this life, but no telling who they were in your past life. You get what I'm saying? Because when you pass away, your spirit goes on to continue to live. You get what I'm saying? So when you match that with the Loa, a lot of people don't even know. A lot of people think it's like 30, 40 Loa. There are thousands of Loa. Okay? The books only got it 10% right. In the books, they only have about 200 Loa. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how many books you get, they only have about 200. But they don't have the list of the actual thousands. You get what I'm saying? Of of Loa. They don't even have all the Orisha. You know how everybody says there's 7 Orisha? There are not 7 Orisha.
Yes.
There are way more than 7 Orisha. You get what I'm saying? You can have more than one Loa over your head, and you can have more than one Orisha over your head. You can have more than 10. So when anyone tells you, and this is why a lot of the collective are always like, I'm divinely protected. This is what they mean, because they have so many friends on the other side, and that's why I wanted to do this one, because there's also another lady And if you guys want us to do like a podcast on just her, we can. But there were several cases, but there was another lady who was into the voodoo. She was reading, and she found this group on social media, and this group of people was telling her, hey, look, if you come here, we can get you initiated. Now this happened towards the end of last year. Okay. This happened last year. This is more recent than Kate's story. But this woman goes to go get initiated, and in truth, initiation lasts 7 days. But on like the seventh day, you can't talk to anybody. Like, you can't have no communication with the outside world. Okay. And this is for voodoo, not for Ifa. So because that process is a lot longer. um but you do have to have no contact. So she had told her son, hey, look, babe, I love you, I'll talk to you after my initiation is done. Well, her son never got the call, so he immediately knew something was up. So the woman passed away during her initiation, you know. Right. And her name, if you go look her up, her name is Dana. You know, her name is Dana, and this is still like an active story where even even I believe even in like December-ish, January-ish, I believe they were still trying to get her body because her family still could not get possession of her body. And that's why I'm like, you have to be real careful, because everybody's like, go to Haiti, go to Haiti. Everybody can't go to Haiti right now. If you got people in Haiti, if you got Haitian descent, you know why. I'm not going to broadcast why, but it's a lot going on in Haiti right now, like a lot going on in Haiti right now. And you literally have to be from there, have people there to go there and to be able to come back, because if not, you might as well tell everybody bye, because you're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are crossing territorial lines, spiritual lines. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I say this podcast, the things that we're going to be talking about, the things that we're going to be teaching is so essential, because the collective don't know. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't know. And it hurts my heart. It literally hurts my soul, because these people are so trusting that they're believing these people and what they're saying. When somebody goes into your inbox and says, your ancestors sent me to tell you this message, and you're already into spirituality, you believe them. You believe them. They got the head wrap on. They got that I'm telling you, watch out for that person. Look, watch out for that person who always got that one tapestry. Like, come on, bro. You can't change that one tapestry. You just really got one. You don't have no other spiritual decor than that. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody who wraps their head up is not a priestess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
one of anything. What?
Do you know how many tarot readers I know who were not tarot readers? They saw someone else doing tarot, and they were like, "Hey, I want to do that." You know what I'm saying? And they did it. Do you know how many people who have watched my videos and others' videos here on YouTube do spirit baby readings, and now they're offering spirit baby readings? Babe, the spirits see you. You get what I'm saying? The spirits see you. It's okay if you like tarot and you want to read tarot for yourself. That is fine, but you have to understand the lines and the levels. You cannot just place yourself into a practice. And we have so many people out here placing themselves into a practice. Brittany, when you first came to me, before you became my godchild, what did I tell you? I said a lot of people have positions in voodoo. Some people are meant to be servitors. Some people are meant to be cooks. Some people are meant to be priestess. And some people are meant to have other drummers. You know what I'm saying? There are so many different places in voodoo. Some people are just meant to learn about the practice and be spectators. You get what I'm saying? But because of that feeling inside of you, and it's like it's driving you, it's forcing you to do something. You need to sit with yourself and ask your spiritual team, why do I feel like this? Learn to honor your feelings. You get what I'm saying? Learn to ask, hey, is this okay for me to do this? You know, divine most high creator, Papa Legba, Oshan, whoever it is you're trying to seek out, is it okay if I come to you? Is it okay if I work with you? You know, because getting on Facebook and seeing a picture of Oshan does not mean that you're supposed to work with her. Do you know how many children of Oshan are on social media? But they're not children of Oshan. And like, if you pay attention, why are these people always sick? You have not seen me go to the internet and say, I need your prayers. Why would I need your prayers as a priestess when I'm a healer? Why are all these healers online asking for your prayers, your energy? You get what I'm saying? Why are they asking for that? You got to be mindful when somebody says, "Oh, I love your energy." I bet you do, you little demon. I bet you do. I bet you want to come and take up space in my energy. You know what I'm saying? You know, and people ask me, well, why does it sound like you congested? I'm pregnant. Well, when you're not pregnant, why does it sound like you're congested? Because we keep the air on like 72. So, like, cause I have people in my house that they can't afford to get hot, and then I have my dogs. Like, I have American bulldogs. I have a Merle pit bull, and we have a Frenchie now, and they can't be hot. So it could be like when the winter came, we had the air on. You know, we had the air on. So imagine it being cold outside, but you got the air on. It's like being in a hospital. You get what I'm saying? That'll make you sick. So what do? Boom. I go right to the cabinet, pull out my teas, drink my teas. I'm fine. You get what I'm saying? I take my honey, and like I was telling y'all on the last podcast, when you drink your herbal teas, don't use sugar. Use honey, because sugar cancels out all the healing elements in the tea. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use honey. And even if you are not sick, take a spoonful of honey a day and watch how much healthier you get. Take a spoonful of elderberry syrup every day and watch how much energy you have. You get what I'm saying? You'll be able to feel the difference just in doing those two things. You know what I'm saying? But it helps. Spiritually, it will help you clear your mind and clear your focus. Everyone who is spiritual needs to have clear quartz around them. You need clear quartz, because clear quartz is one of the most highly aspected spiritual crystals. It helps your intuition. Okay, so imagine you're new to spirituality, you're trying to figure out your gifts. You know, this is why I tell you, don't be shy. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I feel like when I talk to you, I'm talking to a celebrity. Love, I put my clothes on the same way you do. You know, I put my clothes on the same way you do. I'm just here to help. You know, I am in service to the divine, and that means helping the divinely chosen. So, with that being said, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to reach out, because this is how you get fed. This is how you get your information. This is how you find out what you need to find out. You know what I'm saying? So you can advance within your spirituality, within your spiritual circle, you know. And if you don't, then you're just gonna be lost, and anybody's gonna be able to shift and move your energy. You get what I'm saying? Like we were talking about, and we could do a podcast on that too, but we were talking about palmistry, you know. And a lot of people are, soon as they meet somebody spiritual, they say, oh, can you read my palm? You don't know how many people ask me to read their palm on a day-to-day basis, and I'm just like, that's that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's very crazy, because your hands hold so much power. And if people knew how much power were in their hands and how much power were in their feet, they wouldn't let that, you know, they wouldn't let those things happen. You wouldn't take your shoes off in people's house and walk around with no socks on, no shoes on. You get what I'm saying? And when you think about it, your shoes protect you spiritually. My mambo used to like put protective items in her shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like she would sprinkle Palo Santo dust in her shoes. You get what I'm saying? Like, so wherever I go, you know, my feet are protected, because you have to remember, she comes from, she'll tell you in a minute what she would tell you. I'm an old school fool, you know, and where she comes from, they were doing a lot of foot trap magic. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, so all of these things play a role. Like, if you ever wonder why you're stuck and you can't move, your situation won't move, or anything like that, is probably some of the most coldest magic. Foot track magic being one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's highly important not to, um, you know, when you sense the energy that someone is not your friend and someone doesn't have good intentions for you, it's always best to just move around. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what we're dealing with in this situation here. You have a girl who is Kate, who's not ready for this other girl to move her energy away. You get what I'm saying? Your energy feels good. I like it here in your energy. But the other girl says, no, I'm ready for my energy to move on. I need to go somewhere else. And just imagine how this other girl feels being the blame of Kate's passing. You get what I'm saying? You know, like, that's that's not that's not how that should be done. What do you guys have to say? Cause y'all always make me talk and then y'all don't talk.
I feel like when you were saying that, you know, she was already, see, I didn't know that she was already working with her own spirit. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like that's probably why she reached her demise, because her guys was probably telling her, like, hey, that's not a good decision. And she probably got it twice as hard because she ignored them as well.
Right.
So when it came time to her doing what she wanted to do, it was kind of like, okay, I wipe my hands. I can't, you know, she has already made her choice. And so I'm just like, wow. Like, so you ignore not only your inner self, but you ignore your guys as well. And then it's just like, wow, like, what will her daughter, to be in the position of her daughter, I know it has to be like, and then here Papa Leg, but it's like so much, I feel it, like it's just so much animosity.
Yeah, because spirits talk. Spirits talk.
Yeah,
Imagine being blamed and in some instances held accountable for something that you had no ties to.
So,
You know,
everyone
was blaming, everybody was blaming Papa Legba. Papa Legba could have been off somewhere healing someone. You know, he could have been helping a child be born who was struggling at birth. I have that story. I have, so when I was pregnant with my twins, and you know, I go to a regular doctor's appointment and they're like, you're in labor, and I'm like, oh, okay. So literally I'm like, okay, let's go and get my mom. We tried to go down the street to go get my mom from where the hospital was. We couldn't make it. My dad had to turn around. We had to go right back to the hospital. So we go to the hospital. The first twin is just literally coming out on his own. And they're like, wait, hold the baby. I'm like, what? How do you hold a baby? So I'm literally holding my hand down there, trying to hold the baby in, squeezing and everything, trying to hold the baby in. And because the twins are born 45 minutes apart. Okay, craziest story ever, because, girl, one twin was born vaginally. The other twin had to be born through C-section because she was lodged and they couldn't get her out. You get what I'm saying? So here's Papa Legba, and I'm literally seeing his face. I'm literally seeing Baron's face. I'm literally seeing Marie's face. And my dad is literally praying and praying and praying and praying. And when they get her out, she's completely blue. So the doctors were already giving up. And my dad went in, and normally in situations like this where someone is like born dead or has passed away, my spiritual mother is always there. But we couldn't get her. I knew we needed to get her, which is why I was trying to get her, but we couldn't. And had we went to get her, the twin number one would have been born in the car. You get what I'm saying? So my dad is praying, and that they're looking at him like, why is he still praying? He should have just gave up. And literally all these spirits that I just named put their hands on my little girl, and she started breathing, and her colors start coming back. You know what I'm saying? And they're all like, she's our child. You get what I'm saying? As this child grows older, she's dealt with every last one of these spirits. You get what I'm saying? At some point or another, she's dealt with these spirits. So that's why I say that they could be somewhere else helping with another situation, and here I am being blamed. You get what I'm saying? For this situation that I had no parts in. You know, because you have to understand something. Just because you call on Papa Legba doesn't, you know, like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just be very as blunt as I can. Just because you call on me don't mean I have to respond to you.
Exactly.
You can call on Papa Legba's name all day long, but if Papa Legba doesn't fool with you, if he doesn't want to work with you, then he doesn't have to respond to you.
Hello.
Yeah.
So the question now becomes, if you've done your research, how many trickster spirits are there out there? Because if you're so educated within spirituality, you should be able to name them off the top of your head. But there are a lot of... Go ahead.
Because what if she called on him and he didn't answer? So because he didn't answer, somebody else did.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You and that's the thing. If he was never there, he never showed up. Papa, I conjured Papa. Okay? I conjured him and I asked him, Did you know about this? I didn't know about it until after it happened. Well, I don't like how you're being
That's
blamed
crazy.
for it. Because you're being blamed for this, and I know you personally. You get what I'm saying? So imagine someone you hold dear to your heart being blamed for a crime that they didn't commit. You see what I'm saying? You're going to feel some type of way. Yeah, I was in my feelings about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's a blue straw poppet. You don't use no poppet to summon Papa Legba.
No, no.
How? And that's what threw me for a loop, because I'm like, all of the people in the comments, all the people who were just running their mouth and talking, y'all don't even have the common sense to know that you do not summon Loas using poppets. You use Vavays. This is what's further letting me know y'all don't know what you're talking about.
Right, y'all don't know nothing.
If you don't know what a Vavay is, go look it up. Veve. That's how you spell Vavay. Go look it up right now. That is how you summon a Haitian spirit. And within some of these Vavays, you can summon multiple spirits. I'm not gonna say which ones. Because you got people who like to, you know, they love to just, yes, she said this, I'm finna go try it. You know, summoning a Loa cannot be equated to a cinnamon ritual. Do you know how many people have done the cinnamon ritual and have gotten no money? Where they blow the cinnamon out their front door.
Oh yeah, there's the front door, yeah.
Do you know how many people have asked for my help because, well, I was just doing a cinnamon ritual where you blow the cinnamon out the door. You know, you've heard of that. Yes, everyone's heard of it. But now there are strange noises in my home. Okay, well, babe, you did open your door during a ritual.
Yep.
Was that a part? Did you have a circle? Forget a circle in your house. What are y'all thinking? The circle needs to be outside of your home. You guys have your children in your homes, and you're casting rituals, calling your friends over, calling your parents over, calling your lovers over to spend the night in homes, in apartments, in condos, whatever you want to call it. And you're inviting them to come into your space where you've conjured spirits. Just because you told those spirits, okay, we're done. What power do you hold? What rank do you hold within the spiritual realm where a spirit has to listen to you? How many times do you have to see situations where people tell a spirit to go away and it don't go away?
Hello.
It's still there. You know, well, I don't understand why I'm acting like this. I don't understand why he's acting like this. I don't understand why my child is acting like this. Probably because one or more spirits has mounted them. But then again, you opened your door doing a ritual that you saw on the internet that you just had to do, and it seemed the most harmless seeming rituals can be the strongest. You, as a spiritualist, you can do more with a cup of water and a candle than you can with everything in the botanica. If you have the power to do so. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, so you have to be spiritually aware. You have to be spiritually careful, because you don't know what doors you're opening up. All right? I'm going to talk about that, not necessarily in full in this podcast, but in another one about portals and gateways. When you begin a ritual, when you begin a service, do you know the order of service that a ritual requires? Because there are different parts of the service, you know. Some people will go on YouTube and they'll be like, "Man, I was watching this voodoo ritual or voodoo ritual, however they choose to say it, right? Um, and this ritual was like 3-4 hours long, and you can tell they were still continuing the ritual, like they just stopped recording at that point because these rituals last very long. You know, there are parts where you have to feed the spirits. You have to call down the spirits. And when you call down the spirits, someone is mounted by that spirit. Go look it up. You don't have to believe anything that I'm telling you. I'm telling you to go look it up. You don't believe me? You don't take my word for it? Okay, that's fine. Go look it up. I dare you to go look it up. Type in on social media someone mounted by a voodoo spirit and let me know what you find. And I'm telling you, the sight of it is probably going to scare the shit out of you because some of those spirits are patro spirits. So there are times where people have been mounted by Ogon, and the person who's mounted has the blade in their hand and comes so close to cutting other people. Okay? So when someone is mounted, there are people around the person who's mounted, and they're trying to, kind of keep the person off from, getting to other people. And that's why I say it will scare you because you'll be like, that fool is crazy. No, he's mounted. He's not even in control. He's not even home right now. Someone else is taking up residence, and people attribute that to being, evil. But what they're not understanding is these are long African, Haitian traditions. You get what I'm saying? You can't tell me that I can't practice my spirituality when I've done the research and Yoruba comes up within my trace ancestry. You get what I'm saying? You can't tell me that when the divine, when the Orishas, the Loas, the spirits in general, my ancestors have told me this is what I'm supposed to do. This is why I say you have to respect everyone's religion. You do not have to agree with it. Because I've had to say something there. I did a video, and that's the one that went to 50K views. And people were saying, yes, amen, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God. And I had to ban people because they were coming at the people who were thanking God, thanking Jesus, saying, yes, amen, this resonates. They were coming at them, talking, talking reckless, calling them dumb and crazy for believing that way. Like, you. So if something happens to you, ma'am or sir, okay, remember your mouth. Remember who you spoke on. You cannot speak on people like that. You get what I'm saying? There has to be some level of respect, And there just really there hasn't been really. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say you have to remember all of these religions, all of these practices, they're all hundreds of thousands of years old. When I did my ancestry, they traced my ancestry back to 300 and something thousand years. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I follow that. I don't follow the ideologies of someone else. You have to follow what's in your heart. And if your heart is telling you that you're supposed to practice voodoo, that you have orishas over your head, go to the correct people to make sure that you're finding out which ones it actually is. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some people will say, well, I went to a Baba and a Baba charged me to do the reading They only charge me $50. That reading, that is not the price of that reading, but okay.
Right.
You know, that is not, those readings go
Baba would not even waste his time for $50. What?
Right. Yeah, those readings are $300 or more. So whoever you're talking to can't be a real person. If you get on Etsy right now, it's people on Etsy right now who do black magic spells for $15, $10, $20. What?
Or they give you when they be like 55, 55.
Look.
Wait, what?
Look. And, look, and you see, like back in like 2020, I was trying to help people out and like do the group abundance ritual. I stopped doing that real quick because what I noticed in the candle burn was some of the candles were not burning as they should have. You get what I'm saying? But see, when I did my Jupiter abundance ritual and I let everybody join it for free, I was just like, put your name below and I got you. But when I did my Jupiter abundance ritual, which is not, I don't normally, charge free, but I just did it for free. The divine said do it, I did it. And when I did this ritual, I actually put blockbuster candles in the ritual. You get what I'm saying? Some of the spiritualists I've seen, they'll go get some tea lights and be like, they're doing this massive ritual. Girl, sir, please stop, because you don't have any hex breakers going. You don't have any road openers going. You don't have any blockbusters going. But you got hundreds of people. Even if you got 20 people doing this ritual, do you know each one of those people have their own different blockages that they refuse to remove?
Right.
And like when I do my spell work, anybody who's ever done spell work with me knows when I do spell work, I don't do your blockbuster once. I don't do your hexbreaker once. I run it over and over and over and over again, because it's not just you who needs the hex breaking. It's your line. It's not just you who needs your roads open and those blocks to be removed out of your way. It's your line. Do you know how many people got upset with your great grandfathers, your great great grandfathers, and so on, great grandmothers, great 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 grandmothers, because your other family member, your other ancestor chose this person and didn't choose someone else? How many movies have you watched where somebody say, I'm gonna get you, if they're not doing anything to you in that moment and telling you I'm gonna get you, or oh, I got you, what do you really think that means? That means they finna get to doing something. And if they're in your presence, it's nothing. Like, most people don't even have cameras, okay? So if you get into an argument with somebody, how do you know they ain't got no duct tape, you know what I'm saying, or any other kind of tape, or no spoon, or whatever it is, to scoop up where your footprint was to take that to go do magic on it? You get what I'm saying? Some people like that.
Or how easily it'll be to get a piece of your hair or anything.
Because how many people say, can I use your restroom?
Hello?
Can I use your bathroom? So why soon as you get to my house, you got to use the bathroom?
Hello?
The thing I love about my house, I'm going to tell you the thing I love about my house. The bathroom downstairs. It's a bathroom. It's not a full bathroom, but it's like, like the half bath. But there's a toilet and a sink. So anything else you need to go home for, because you're not coming upstairs.
Hello?
You're not coming upstairs. What do you need to come upstairs for? And like y'all even hear my readings, every time my dogs hear a noise, they're going crazy. When I'm doing my videos and y'all hear my voice go off, like off the video, that's because I'm looking at the cameras. I stay posted looking at the cameras, because I always see things on the cameras. Like even during like the night of Halloween, I was literally watching fairies walk across my yard. And the divine was like, "Don't go outside." I was like, "Oh, I'm not." I didn't just see fairies. I saw duendes. I saw spirits. I saw all kind of things, you know. And like I told y'all before, there have been times where my enemies have trying to like spiritually attack me, and I'll wake up and like on my side of the room, I'm telling you, if you walk on my side of the room, when you walk, the floor makes noise. Okay? So imagine waking up and you hear the floor creaking on your side like someone's walking on it, but you see no one there. So I'm like, show yourself. You know what I'm saying? Show yourself. Show me, you know, who you are. And Papa is like, it's me. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, I'm not alone. He was like, yeah, Maya is here. And then, you know, I could see her. Of course, Marie was there. Marie was at the door. Okay? Ogun was sitting on the stairs with his tools. You know, like my warriors really don't play about me. And a lot of you don't know this because this is going to be the first time I'm saying this like live, but this was like this was like 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, dang, something trying to take, you know, my baby out.
Right.
You know, that's crazy. But that's why I keep trying to make the point of it doesn't matter how good you are to people. Me and Brittany had this conversation last night, and sometimes it does put me in my feelings because I've never done nothing wrong to anyone. I've never wronged anyone. I've always done right by everybody. But I come across so many people who try to use me for my gifts, who try to use me for my knowledge, and try to use me for my spell work, and then they try to leave and not pay me, or you get what I'm saying? You can try to run and not pay me, but the spirits are going to make you pay more than what you owe me.
Right.
Because you're not under just contractual agreement with me, but with them. And everything they gave you, they're going to take it back. You get what I'm saying? So the spirits are literally not something to play with. That's why I was saying, if you are a tarot reader and you really don't have a gift, but you're trying to force that gift, please believe the spirits see you. If you're calling yourself a priestess and you've never been initiated, the spirits see you. If you were not called to be initiated as a priestess and you're a priestess, the spirits see you. I know so many priestesses that stayed sick, had heart conditions, you know what I'm saying, had all of these problems. And I'm just like, you're a priestess, why do you have all these issues? You know? Why do you have all these issues? Why is your health so bad? You know what I'm saying? And and especially a healer, because coming a healer who's always sick is crazy.
It's wild.
You know, it's crazy, but it does exist.
What are you doing?
It does exist, and that's why I keep telling people, this is how you can spot them. You get what I'm saying? If they got that one tapestry, listen, there was a girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but we're gonna call her Anastasia. Anastasia got back in touch with me after I blocked her. She made another page, and she got in touch with me, and she was like, you know, you think I'm in with the enemies, but I'm not even in with them. First of all, why would that be the first thing that comes out of your mouth? Because it's the truth, number one.
Hello. Because I didn't even ask.
Right, I didn't ask, but you're telling me willingly, yeah. So, okay. So I left it at that. So she sees me, she's like, oh, so you're doing readings. I was like, I've been doing readings. It's just that I'm
Right.
doing them more frequently on YouTube. You've been blocked. You get what I'm saying? So you didn't know my YouTube channel existed or none of that. So
Exactly.
she sees my videos, and I lie to y'all not, that same night she was doing live videos, live readings. Nobody was watching. And you know how Trump is always like, nobody was there. Who are these people? Nobody was there. Like, seriously, nobody was there. And she had a plastic white bag over her head. I was like, and like you could tell it was like a bed sheet tied around her, as if, she had on priestess wear.
That's crazy.
I seen that video. I seen that video, and I blocked her again.
Ain't no way.
I blocked her again, because I was like, whatever the spirits. See, some people don't understand when I block them is because whatever the spirits are fixing to do to you, I don't want to be nowhere in sight. I don't want to see it. I don't want to smell it. I am gonna sense it, but I don't want to be around your karma, because the thing about karma has a blast radius. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can receive karma just by being around certain people, which is why I said, how do you think Kate's family feels? You get what I'm saying? Because they are in that blast radius of karma. Do you know the work that has to be done, that needs to be done after an unaliving like that?
Right. And then you have to think about the emotional state of Kate while she was doing this ritual.
Exactly.
That's why I was saying, like, I feel anger.
Yeah.
Like, just talking about it or just thinking about it, like, I feel so much. And then I get smells. So, it's like the smell and the anger on top of it is, like, uninviting.
Yeah, because what I was smelling, and I'm going to let you guys finish talking, and I'm going to go walk off real quick. But what I was smelling was like she was cooking. It, like, I can't tell you how unreal this was, but I wanted to see it. And I asked Papa to show me. And he was like, this is what I saw. Keep in mind, nobody knew she was gone that same night. Okay? There was an expansion of time before she was even found. You get what I'm saying? So what I was smelling was not only death, but what I was smelling was like she had been cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a guy who plays 2K or a brother that plays 2K, you'll hear them say, "Oh, we cooked that boy." You see what I'm saying? While they're playing the game. That's exactly what I was smelling. And I was like, oh my God, Papa. And her family found her like this. You get what I'm saying?
Of my flames jumping.
What? I'm telling you.
That is so traumatic, bro.
My candle is like jumping.
It's going crazy.
Going bananas, like it's like jumping literally.
Because they're telling you when your candle flame jumps like that during something, it's telling you, hey, look, you're spot on. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Your candle flame is always gonna move with the activity of the situation. You get what I'm saying? And the situation, it just is,
Yeah,
It
it's a
just
sad
it
situation.
is,
Yeah.
and it's so sad. Like, it is so sad. Like, I feel so bad for her because
Yeah.
where you feel the anger, it's
Yeah. I
it's it's
definitely.
not
Yeah.
only from her being upset with her ex, it's also her being upset with those she felt like betrayed her because she didn't know
Right,
what she was
right,
walking
right,
into, you know.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
So y'all
Yep.
go ahead, I'm finna walk off real quick.
Okay. Okay. I could definitely feel that the aspect in which she said is the anger, because the anger is like very
Real strong.
wow.
It's
Yeah.
real strong because
It's strong as a smell. Yeah.
it's like it was a passion-driven crime. You know, it was that overkill.
It's like the intensity of it is like it's definitely something. It's something powerful. Like a strong, yeah, like a strong dislike. Like it's like, yeah, it's not inviting at all. Not inviting at all. And it just makes me think about, and I don't know why, but her daughter. It's something about her daughter.
Yeah, I don't know if her daughter found her or because you would think, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I'm like, because when she first brought it up, I'm like, like I keep getting something about her daughter, for some reason, and I'm like, oh, and knowing that how powerful the intensity is.
Right, because the daughter could be even have animosity toward the ex too,
Right.
because of how her mom passed. If she's ever seen, we don't know what she's seen. You know what I'm saying? Or if she was ever found while they're practicing or whatnot. So we don't know what she's learned or what she believes.
Right. Or what,
and how she's processing.
Yeah. I think the processing is a big one too, and how she kind of feels, and especially towards the other girl, like in on her end, I definitely know it's like a sorrow feeling, like a yearning of like, dang, a what if, or what have I did? Was it something that I did to have caused that?
Right.
That's really deep.
Yeah.
That's really deep.
I'm back, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, we was talking about, for some reason, I was the daughter. We brought up the daughter, and I keep thinking about her because it's like, it's a lot of questions, but I really feel like her daughter may be just as angry. So I don't know. And we was discussing, like, maybe she was the one who found her, or maybe she was there.
Well, see, this is the thing. Her daughter was a baby.
Baby.
Her daughter was the baby. The pictures that they were showing of Kate had her little baby girl in them, and we were talking last night about all of these girls being born, but see, there's a spiritual connection within having a daughter.
Right,
you get what I'm saying? Right. So when I do these readings for you guys, and I'm like, you have to break these curses and hexes and jinxes and etc. on your family. Her daughter's going to have to break this. Her mother does not absolutely understand what the entire hell is going on. Her mother is going to look into things when she's strong enough to do so. But again, if you don't know something about something, you're left to blame voodoo. And that's why I'm saying, us as practicers of voodoo, look at all the real spiritualists. Let's not talk about the fake ones for a minute. Look at all the real ones and how upset and how our different emotions come about this situation, because it makes voodoo look bad.
It does.
Everything about voodoo is always bad. Every and that's why I said the comments were pissing me off, because people was like, well, we told y'all voodoo was evil religion. Marie Laveau was evil. That she was not evil.
It was not.
She was not evil. All of that, oh, you should fear her. You should fear any spirit because they're already dead.
Right.
How are you going to win if they're already dead? You get what I'm saying? So that it's not even about that. It's about the fact that people love to characterize our beliefs, okay? Our culture, our religion with evil. However, they love to appropriate with it where they can benefit off of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's the issue. Because how out of all the religions, out of all the practices, do you look at voodoo and say voodoo is evil? It's completely dark magic. There is a good to bad to everything. Let's be honest. Because you can even when we were kids, remember, and we were watching The Wizard of Oz. You get what I'm saying? There was a good witch and there was a bad witch. The bad witch didn't practice voodoo.
Hello.
You see what I'm saying? The bad witch didn't practice voodoo. But here y'all come ready to, and then soon as what AMC makes a show about it, well, we all love voodoo now. Now everybody wants to practice voodoo. Everybody loves it. But there's still those naysayers that speak down on something because they don't understand it. And see, me, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna go understand all religion, all practices, because of my ancestry. You get what I'm saying? Like the whole Thailand thing with me, the whole Asia thing with me. I wanted to know. I wanted to know if these are part of my ancestors and this is part of my culture. Like I have a cousin who lives in the Philippines like right now, and that's why I'm like, it's kind of hard to say distinctively what I am, because everybody's always asking, but like there's like a mix, because I mean you have the Filipinos, you have the full-blown Asians, you have obviously my Haitian, my Creole, my African ancestors and family, but then we have Spanish. You get what I'm saying? We have European, all up and down our ancestry. I know I have a good 11%. You know what I'm saying? Half of my cousins who follow me on Facebook are European. You get what I'm saying? So there are Creotians. You know what I'm saying? So when my this is why I don't judge. Let that be the reason. But because I'm more enthused with learning. You know what I'm saying? There's already enough that has separated us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, the color lines already separate us, but then now everybody's using religion, the right to say this or that, as a way to divide us. And it's like, this is why we have so many problems within the states, because we're divided. How can we call it the United States if we're divided? You get what I'm saying? So it's like everyone should be able to respect someone else's beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I don't think Kate respected her ex. I think that she felt like, well, you pissed me off, so I'm about to use your spirits against you.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
that's what my enemies try to do. Like my enemies, when they were working with me, getting like spell work done for me. Yes, I knowingly trained my enemies, but I never taught them what they wanted me to teach them. I always taught them the lighter things. They always wanted me to teach them the darker arts, but I always taught them the lighter aspects. And
Mhm.
they begin to, oh, well, you're going to Mama Bridget or Papa Legba on my behalf, so I'm going to build an altar for them. You can do that all day long. You can literally go spend $30,000, $100,000 on stuff for an altar or altars for said deities, spirits, and guess what? They still won't mess with you.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
get what I'm saying? And you can never work with a person who is working and has a very tight knit relationship with these spirits and think that you're going to work with them and have that same relationship, or you're going to come between them. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's not
And their
gonna work.
relationship with the other person, because if you knew anything about spirituality, you would know in all forms of spirituality, the spirits will tell you, do not come to me and ask me not to work with this other person. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Especially
Right.
if it's
Right.
somebody
Right.
they work with. That's like the
Hello.
number that's like the number one rule. And it was like she did try to use her spirits against her.
Mm.
And I personally believe, because now comes the question, well, if she didn't meet, if it wasn't Papa Legba, if it wasn't Baron Samedi, who was it?
Mhm.
It was some Patro spirits, but there were also demonic spirits present. Why did I just say pregnant?
I don't know.
She could have been pregnant and didn't know it. I don't know. But yeah, there were some somebody could be pregnant watching this live too. Um Beside me.
Don't be spreading that baby dust. You spreading that baby dust.
I mean, hey, sprinkle, 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 sprinkle.
I'm
But
accepting sprinkles.
so there's just a lot, I think, that she didn't understand, and it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate and it's scary. You know,
Yes.
because like I
Yeah,
said,
because
imagine, like literally imagine conjuring a spirit and then getting some sort of trickster spirit or demon.
right,
Because
right.
th- those intentions.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good. Think about it like this. Oh, these are what your true intentions are, because the
Mhm.
spirits always know the real you, right? So they
Right,
they
right,
know,
right.
even when you try to hide it and act like you're focused on this, they know that your focus is something else, right? So
Right, right.
imagine conjuring under false pretense, and then the spirit saying, "Oh, you think we stupid? Watch this."
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then you get some sort of demonic spirit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I heard for so long that her soul was trapped, and
You know,
I
stop it
wanted
out.
I
Yeah,
wanted I
because she
wanted
couldn't
to free
even get
her.
herself out.
I
She
wanted
didn't
I
even
wanted
know
to
how to
free her.
undo it.
I wanted to free her because this is the thing, and you guys know this. A lot of times when people pass, which is why I started doing the channelings, um, Baron asked me to help them cross over. Okay, so I normally help these people cross over. Baron told me that ain't your job. I said, okay. And I left it alone because he said it wasn't my job to help her. But as a mother, yeah, that hurt me. That hurt me because this little girl is gonna have this type to deal with this type of karma, with these type of curses, and she doesn't even know how to get rid of it. She's a baby. And for those who don't know that it's a curse, she was using him to curse this girl. Or who she thought.
Babies are extremely sensitive to energy. And so that's why I said, I feel like, even when you said demonic, like I instantly felt hot. Like,
yeah, it done got hot in here too. It done got hot. Yeah. Like I'm over here drinking water because I feel so hot. Literally, no lie. Like she's trapped. I can see her, like in this dark room, and she's literally screaming for help.
Right.
But she can't get out.
Oh Lord, hold on.
Right, that's why I said she can't get herself out. She's stuck. She didn't do nothing. It wasn't what she expected. Wasn't what she learned. So she got something totally different, and she wasn't prepared for that.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't.
I'm sorry, my throat was like dry and like, what?
I need to get my water.
Girl, I'm over here guzzling this water. Do you hear me?
Like, no, seriously, because like the hotness, and then just like your throat is like, it felt like something was like clogged. And I'm like trying to get it out the water, and I can't. I don't even know why, but it definitely feels like a trapped feeling, like I'm secluded, claustrophobic, like I can't get out.
Right. Right. And it's like, if you see her face, you'll be like, I didn't think that she would even do something like that, looking at her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you're spiritual and you see her, you can literally see it all over her. Like the girl is terrified.
Yeah.
She's literally,
I definitely feel it.
She's literally terrified. And if you go back to my channelings, I'll tell you, there's a girl named Kate here. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you know who always comes up in my channelings too? Melody. Melody always comes up in my channelings. Me and Melody have become like really, really cool, to the point where every time I channel, she's literally always there. And there was one time I was channeling, and she was like, I don't have anything to say this time. I'm just here because I like listening to you. You know, she was like, I feel comfortable, with you. And when I was channeling and I got Kate, I heard her say, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. They can't find me. I'm trapped. They found her body, but her spirit is trapped.
It's trapped, yeah.
And if I wanted to help her out, and Baron is just like, that's not your job. It's like, who's gonna get her out? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it makes you wonder what else was going on, because I can tell you that it was a Petro Loa, because that's as far as I'm going with that. It was a Petro Loa. Was it Baron Samedi? No, it wasn't Baron Samedi. Baron Samedi is a Petro Loa, but it wasn't him. And it wasn't just the Petro Loa though. It was also demonic forces and spirits. It was honestly one of those Drag Me to Hell type things. Y'all remember that movie, Drag Me to Hell? It's that type of energy on it. You get what I'm saying? Now in that movie, that lady did ask her, hey, can you please don't do this. Please don't do this to me. I need my house. Please, she begged her. And the manager, the bank manager told her, hey, it's your decision. Baby, it's your decision too, and you chose to deny this woman, girl. Now look at you calling, asking for help, priestesses. You got other people being killed, all in your bullshit.
Hello.
So when I say that is real, like I don't know no other way to say it. I'm just gonna say that calling on spirits should be done by professionals.
Right.
Calling on spirits should be done by professionals, because this is the thing. When you're calling down a spirit, okay? When you're calling down a spirit, you're opening a portal. You're opening up a gateway, because like I told you at the top of this live, anytime there is a voodoo, this is why my rituals are so high. Okay, because we have to, depending on where we are, first of all, think about what I'm saying. We can't, when we're traveling, we can't travel with no big ass pole, no posho medicine pole. It's a wooden pole. You get what I'm saying? So my pole that I have made in my home is not. Talk to me and Traps came up in my screen, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, cause she is, and it's really frightening, because she's reaching out. She's spiritual. You get what I'm saying? So if you're spiritual and you have that gift of seeing, feeling, hearing, you can hear her. I hear her all the time. I hear her all the time, and I'm just like, Kate, baby, what do you want me to do? They're not gonna let me do anything. I want to help you. I want to help you, but I can't. And I cannot put myself in a position where I go against the grain, because if the spirits have already told me it's not my job to get you out, I don't want that karma.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? This because what happened to her is karma in its purest form. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said, if any of you who watch this live, whether you come across this live today or 10 years from now, if you talk to a priestess and they are not doing your voodoo rituals with a posho medicine pole, this is why the rituals are high. You gotta call down Papa Legba. You gotta call down Urzuli. These are the only two spirits I'm gonna tell you that you have to call down. You talking about Kiara? Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, some of them I can't see. Some of them I can't see, but then some of them I can see. Cause when you were saying that somebody asked about a reading, yeah, I didn't see it. But when you're calling down these spirits, you have to have that pole, because the posho, and you can go look it up if you think I'm lying, the posho medicine pole is the intermediary, like Papa Legba, between the spiritual world and the physical realm. But see, this is also the thing about some of us priestess. Some of us priestess were born posho medicine. You get what I'm saying? So we are so tapped in that we be calling in spirits and don't even be trying to. You see what I'm saying? I was asleep. I promise you guys, I was asleep. I was being attacked in my sleep. And in my sleep, I was calling on the same spirits that when I woke up, who were literally walking around my house. Cause I heard, I'm telling you, the floor creaks. Like if I do a video and I say hold on, and y'all hear the floor creaking, that's me walking on my side of the room. And when I walk on that side, it makes that noise. So I'm laying down in the bed, my husband laying down in the bed. We the only two physical people in the room. Why is the floor creaking? So because of the dream I had, I said, "Show yourself," and the spirits showed themselves. And the kids, when we woke up, the kids, other people in my family, they were like, so there was people walking through here last night. I was like, yeah, that was my spiritual team because I was being attacked. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was dead ass being attacked. My enemies have done black magic on me with a pregnant candle and told me, hit yourself in the stomach. You think I can't hear you chanting this and saying this? I can hear you.
Right.
Why would I do that? I'm not going to do that. But this is the type of hate and evil, because I told you guys, some of the people, not all of them, but some of the people who watch my channel, yes, they're my enemies. They know that they messed up with me. They know that they're not going to get anyone who's going to tell them that information like me and drop those gems. So they listen to me for knowledge and to see what I know, to see if I know them. I see them coming up in the readings. Everybody who has come to my channel, we are all connected. Okay, even my enemies, we are all connected. And the reason why they have been drawn to my platform is so I can let my collective know, who are not my enemies, hey, look, I'm going through the same thing you guys are going through. This is how you get through it. This is how we fight this as a collective. You get what I'm saying? But for the enemy, I see you. Don't ever think I don't see you. The divine just brought to me not last night, about 3 days ago, because the divine was like giving me all these downloads. So I, like I told you, I was typing them and writing them down. Some of them are titles to readings, some of them are channeling sessions that I need to do, some of them are things that I just need to speak on. And the divine was showing me my enemies are witnessing their own unalivings, because they keep doing this death magic. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, people, I'll do readings and people will be like, didn't resonate. Well, if it doesn't resonate, then why are you watching this? This means it's just not for you. You get what I'm saying? But I need you to understand that just because a reading may not resonate with you right now in this time and space, doesn't mean it's not going to happen in the future, because readings come across past, future, and present. You get what I'm saying? And some of the most rudest people, hop in my comments and like, oh, you tarot readers, you guys get on my nerves. Okay, well, maybe the universe is trying to send you a message, but you're too much in your ego to see it. So I tell you what, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm just gonna ban you, and then when you need my help, you won't be able to get it. Now you're gonna be stuck, and you're not going to have the help that you need, because you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to treat people. And how you treat people is important. How you talk to people is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people destroy connections that they prayed for. You get what I'm saying? Imagine crying to the divine and asking for help and asking for guidance, and he gives it to you, but then you're so big-headed, you don't want to take this person's advice or help. That's what happened to Kate. People tried to tell her, people tried to warn her, no, please. They pleaded with her. How many people do you know finna beg you not to do a ritual?
Right. If they'll tell you to not do it, it's obviously
I was watching it. Look, we've been live. It's 7 people watching, and it's 111 minutes ago. We started streaming 111 minutes ago. Crazy work with the numbers.
Crazy work.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy work with the numbers. And it's like, I just don't understand how, like, even in real time, we were telling her, please don't, please, please don't, Kate, please stop, please, I don't want to see nothing happen to you, please. She did not listen. That's how I knew we were not just talking to Kate.
Right.
Because Kate had a daughter. That's why I say y'all don't even know, y'all know 10% of the story, but that 90% is heavy. Because Kate wasn't even in control. Kate was mounted. Kate was angry. She was vindictive. She was in a very bad energy because she was heartbroken. She already had her baby and had her heart breaking in that era. You get what I'm saying? And now she's being heartbroken again. Kate was hurting, and by her hurting, her energy was open. She was not vibrating higher. Kate was vibrating on a very low level. And when you are vibrating on a very low level, you are not cleansing properly and doing what you have to do, baby. Do you know how many spirits were that had mounted this girl? Those spirits forced Kate to do what she did. Those spirits knew she wasn't going to get Papa Leg, but I'm just going to tell you, they knew she wasn't going to even get Baron Samedi. Baron would at least gave her a chance, an option. She didn't have no options. This was something dark that took Kate under with it. And I'm going to just tell you, if she turns zombie, nobody's looking for her because she's gone. Okay? So that's something else to think about too, because I don't know if you guys ever watched Lost Tapes, but there was this episode on Lost Tapes. This came out a long time ago, like back in 2008, 2009. Lost Tapes was coming on, and then they stopped making it come on. But Lost Tapes would come on, and it was this episode about the woman in Haiti who had died. You know, turning zombie is something very common in Haiti. And what it means to turn zombie is when someone does magic on you, like this type of death magic on you, it literally slows down your heartbeat to where they can't get a pulse out of you. So you're ruled dead. They have your funeral. They have, your wake and all of that. And then, but you're technically buried alive, okay? The practitioner who did the work on you, whether it be through foot magic or whatever, because I'm not going to tell nobody, once you do that, they go to the grave site of the person, they dig them up, and then they have this person working and doing their bidding as their slave. You get what I'm saying? Like, as their spiritual slave, right? So on Lost Tapes, go look up, type in Haitian zombie woman. Maybe that'll help you find it. And this woman, you can tell she was dead. It looks like she was dead. She looks like a zombie. And that woman was just walking around Haiti all those years later. And people were like, she's a real life zombie. But in modern thinking, they think that, oh, you're dead, you were raised from the dead. She was never dead. You get what I'm saying? Technically, that person was never dead. They had this magic on them that basically takes away their mind and everything. And that the truth of the matter is, when someone has passed away, you're not looking for them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You're not expecting to see them. But whoever does this trick on you, they're not going to be having that person right there in that area. They're going to have them going somewhere else. Now, there are people who have, like, their families have, known that, a practitioner has, a priest or a priestess has turned them into zombie, which normally, if it's a priest, if it's a priest, it's going to be a bokor. That's why I don't mess with my father, because my father is a bokor. A bokor is someone who only practices evil magic. Okay, so yeah, because I'm telling, and my dad is a very strong bokor, and if you see my dad looks exactly like Dr. John. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks exactly like um. Hold on, real quick, Brittany. Okay, hold on. Let me add Brittany back.
It kicked me out.
Yeah, cause it kicked you out because of what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? It kicked you out because of what we talking about. My dad, like, don't bring me up. he like there you go. You finna yeah, I'm finna tell it, because people need to understand the meaning of these things. There are a lot of people in my family who practice, but a lot of people on my dad's side who practice, like, before, like my grandmother, my great grandmother, they were not like my dad. My dad is, like, very, very dark, but, like, him, his sister, they're very, very dark. Like, they're very, very dark. Um, Even my aunt's grandson has come to me to get magic removed off of him that my dad and his own grandmother have done to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't talk to my grandma on my mom's side, because my grandma on my mom's side, like, she's tried to reconcile with me, but you did dark magic on me.
Right,
You get
right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah, you did dark magic on me, so it's like I have to use my experiences with my family to help others. And the reason why I say my dad is such a strong bokor, because I watched him I literally watched him say that he wanted something bad to happen to one of his kids' moms, and she died 3 months later in the most horrible way. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I had to cut ties, because I was like, when I first met my dad, I was like, oh my God, he looked just like Dr. John. Like, I honestly believe that Dr. John came back through my dad. And it doesn't, it to me, it doesn't come off suspicious, because my family, like with my dad, even before he was born, they were moving from Louisiana, Arkansas, and the reservations in between. You get what I'm saying? Mississippi. They were doing that. And even as a kid, he was like, when he was a kid, he would see like around this big tree stump where they had chopped this tree down, right? He would go out there and see chicken parts and other animals, goats, and stuff like that, parts and blood, and just stuff like around this stump. And he was like, but he was a kid, so he didn't know what they was doing. And I was like, your ass knew what they was doing. Don't lie to me. Don't be trying to act like you know, because I done watched you do. I done watched him end people's career with the power of his tongue. You know what I'm saying? So what my dad did was because like my dad's side of the family, they all never met me, because I didn't find him until I was like 34, 35. So he just told everybody, oh, she's an evil witch. And I'm like, y'all believe that? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, but a lot of them believed it. And then eventually, as the years went on, they began to contact me, and find out, like, yeah, you not like that. He is. So, like, I'm doing this reading for my cousin, because my cousin is like, yo, I want you to read me. And I'm like, cousin. So I gave him an Orisha reading, because that's what he booked. So he books the Orisha reading, And why, y'all? Why? If you got this Orisha deck, you know what I'm talking about. Why the card come out with the crossroads in front of the church? He was like,
Shoot.
cousin. He was like, cousin. Now I know you are who you say you are, because why that church is literally down the street from where my grandma stay. And I'm like, cousin, you lying. He was like,
Oh,
no.
shoot.
He was like, so that's where he went to go do that work on me. And I'm like, you can dig it up, and you can find it and banish it, but that's a crossroads. So you would have to dig
Right,
up that
right.
whole crossroads to find that work. And when we were doing the reading, something was like, just leave it buried. And I was like, well, don't touch it, because I'm pretty sure my dad knows that since he's so powerful, that you're getting a reading because you don't have yourself cloaked. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, he's going to know that you moved it, and he probably did the
Mm-hmm.
spell that if you touch it, your shit'll be
Mm.
even worse. Why my
Right, right.
dad? Why my dad? His my cousin's grandma, which is my dad's sister, and the mom, which is his daughter. So the grandma has a daughter, right? And the daughter is my
Mm-hmm.
cousin's mother, right? So while all three of
Okay.
them, keep in mind the number three, go visit my cousin, because I told him, I was like, get the fuck out of state, move, get
Mm-hmm.
away.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets away, and everybody keep trying to pull him back. He won't come back. So why I have a dream, and I'm like, cousin, is your room dark with like black lights? And he was like, cousin, how the hell you know that? And I was like, because I was literally standing in your room in a dream, and I saw my dad standing in the middle of your floor doing something magical, and I was like, whatever he just did is finna affect y'all. So while my cousin was like, bitch, why all three of them just pop up at my job, didn't tell me they was coming or nothing. I had to leave work, and your dad asked could he use my bathroom. So I gave him like 30
Oh.
seconds, because no offense to you, but I don't trust your dad. So I go in the room, and when I go in the room, he's standing in the middle of the floor like I startled the shit out of him. So I play it off like I had to use the bathroom, and he was like, now cousin, you know how like if you flush the toilet should still be making that noise from filling up.
Right,
The sink should be wet from washing your hands or something. He was like,
right,
nothing.
right.
Why not even a week after that, y'all? My cousin and his roommates, they all lost their job. They all start arguing. They couldn't find no jobs
Mm,
and lost the damn apartment, bro.
that is
Hmm.
crazy.
So I'm telling you, when people don't have, and I told my cousin, they don't have good intentions for you. And when people don't, I know they're our family, but just because they're our family in this life, don't mean they wasn't our arch enemies in our past life.
Right.
My cousin's still going through it, still going through it. And I be telling him, hey, you need to get some work done. You need to get some work done. But that's what happened when you don't get the work done. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right, right, right.
and your enemy will put you in a place financially where you can't even pay for the work.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
put you in a place. There's a woman who reached out to me about a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't even know if this woman is still alive, to be honest with y'all. I really don't. But she reached out to me, and she was like, hey, um, I need your help. And if I can, I'll give you like reviews. I'll tell everybody on your channel, like, you really good. You help me with no money or whatever. And I was like, love, I would do the ritual for you. Trust me, I would. But you got to understand something. If I do the ritual for you, you at least got to come with the offerings. You get what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right.
You at least got to come with the offerings. And she couldn't even come with the offerings, so I couldn't do it because I can't get in trouble with the spirits by doing a ritual like that size and not having the offerings. So I was gonna send her the stuff so she could protect herself, but I never heard from her again. Like, I had everything packed up for her, ready to go. I never heard from her again. I text her, like, no response. It was saying message undeliverable. So I was like,
Oh, shoot.
what happened to this woman? You know what I'm saying? But the woman was
Oh,
telling me
shoot.
that her brother was with this girl, and the girl was like doing dark magic on all of them. Why she tell me that everybody in the family done died except for her and the brother? So
What?
then she told me that the brother had, he found out, he started believing her about what was happening and going on,
Mm-hmm.
that this woman was working this magic on them.
Right,
So
right.
he was trying to get from up under her. Girl, after that woman called me and told me, I ain't never heard for that woman again.
That is crazy.
That blew my mind, y'all. That really blew
Oh
my
my
mind, because
God.
I'm like, I've been trying to tell everybody, like I did an episode of Lineage Witch Chronicles where I was literally crying doing that episode, because I don't know if anybody could tell or not, but I was crying because we are in a point right now, okay? And we'll talk more about this in the current events episode that we have coming up. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
we have so many dark
Here, you still
forces.
here?
Yes, she here. I think she muted.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay, okay.
we got so many um we got so many dark forces walking this earth right now. You know what I'm saying? That it's not even funny. And that's why I was
Mhm.
saying that conjuring spirits during rituals, especially voodoo rituals, you know, they should be
You have to
handled
be
by
careful too.
professionals, because when these rituals are not handled by professionals, it messes up the balance within the earth. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right,
we're
right,
having
right.
more storms, we're having more earthquakes, things are going
More
on
extreme.
crazy with the weather. Cities,
Mhm.
whole cities are burning down, you know,
Right,
and
right, right.
people are saying that, one side of people are saying this, the other side is saying that, but it's all spiritual. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? We are spiritually at war. You get what I'm saying?
So stop
people
speaking, Robinson.
people do not have a hold to their own minds right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling you guys about Kate. Kate was not Kate. Kate was
Right.
mounted by multiple spirits that were driving her through envy. We've all seen the movies, the videos where people are where they need exorcisms. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Have you
Mhm.
ever looked at somebody's face and like they've made like this crazy face, like in that movie, what was that movie, Truth or Dare? You remember how they'll make
Oh
that
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
look in their face? Have you ever
Oh
seen
yeah, that
somebody really
smart.
make a face
Mhm.
like that though?
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, I
Uh-huh.
know this person is not who this person normally is. They're mounted. In voodoo, we call it being mounted. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
in other forms of spirituality, they call it attachments. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And when
Mhm.
you start practicing these dark arts, and you just start practicing all these different forms of magic without building relationships with these spirits, and then you're vibing low, you're
Right,
open
right, right.
to this is why I say, when you anytime you do a ritual, you're opening up a portal, you're opening up a gateway. So you have
That's what I
to.
said. It's like a passionately criminal overkill when you're in that state of mind. So
Right.
it was, it could only go one way.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there are certain ways that these rituals are supposed to be performed, and when they don't, this is why, remember I was saying a couple of months ago, I was like, hey, did anybody, no, that's like a month ago, I was like, did anybody just notice this time loop we just went through? Like, we just went through a whole time loop, and some people don't understand that a lot of times we go through these time loops because somebody's throwing the balance off by doing rituals that they're not supposed to do. And then by just imagine how many people are doing rituals right now who are not professionals, and the things that are coming through these portals and gateways.
Right,
Oh,
right,
well,
right.
I did a circle, I banished this, and I did that. Girl, get out of your ego, because you didn't banish nothing. You are the reason why cities are on fire.
Uh-huh.
I lived in Cali. I lived in Cali for a long time. The whole time I lived in Cali, it never rained. Okay? It never rained. Now all of a sudden, tornadoes, fires, it's raining, getting flooded. I told y'all Cali was gonna flood before it flooded. You know what I'm saying? Just like New Orleans. New Orleans is gonna flood again. You know, it's gonna flood again, like it did in Hurricane Katrina. It's gonna flood again like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know this, but all my people from New Orleans know there was a great fire in Louisiana a long time ago. There was a great fire, you know, and this is because of the thing spiritual. Again, my people in Louisiana know. Last year, why was it fire? There was a fire under the water.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was crazy.
There was
That was.
now you tell me how there's a fire under the water. The news is gonna spin whatever story they have to tell you, because they can't tell you like, hey, look, shit is going down.
Right. It's getting real out here.
But yeah, like, come on, so many people are having angel sightings. Angels are being caught on camera. There is a spiritual war going on, literally. Like, and that is because all these practitioners, alleged practitioners, fake spiritualists is what I call them, are out here practicing magic, opening up these portals and gateways, and doing stuff. Y'all remember when the witches was trying to hex the moon? Now all of a sudden, here come aliens in the middle of the mall. Oh well,
Yep, I remember that.
we gonna tell y'all, you know, you good, Kiera. We gonna tell y'all, there are aliens. It's been aliens. Nobody's really been lying. But the aliens kind of took the wrong direction. They were trying to get to Antarctica. They took the wrong. They put the wrong coordinates in, and they ended up there. Nah, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Somebody in that state, okay. Somebody look where the moon was at. Any phase of the moon, you can work with the moon. It just depends on whatever stage of the moon, depends on the type of spells you can do, right? Whoever was working spells when that shit happened is the reason them aliens popped up in that mall. That's the truth. That's the truth, because people were out here messing with portals. A ritual is calling a spirit from another where. Where are you calling them from? You're not just calling them out of thin air. They're coming from somewhere. Something has to open up for them to come into this space. So you're conjuring them, and they're coming through this gateway, through these portals, from these other dimensions to this dimension, and there's no telling what's coming along with them.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, this past week, I don't know how many people that are my friends on YouTube that done posted about duendes. Everybody was seeing duendes yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody was seeing duendes. Duendes, people were seeing duendes in the backyard. If you don't know what they are, look them up. They're these little alien looking creatures, and if you talk to them, by the time you realize what's going on, people found out they're being in time loops, and they're not realizing what's going on until months and years after that they've been with these Dwindies. You get what I'm saying? Because the Dwindies' job is to make you lose time and then go research what Dwindies really are, where they stem from. You know, so it's a. I'm always gonna say it's a lot.
It's always a lot, bro.
It's so much. It's just so much.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I was saying you have to have permission. Do you even have permission from Papa Legba to call on him?
Right.
You know, nonetheless work
Or
with
anybody,
somebody.
yeah.
You know, because all the lowers have jobs, duties, personalities. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's about respecting them. It's about respecting them, the religion, the culture, the practice, the tradition, you know, but everybody's so far removed from that they feel like, you know, well, I don't have to do that. I can just do whatever or say whatever I want. But this goes back into reparations. You see what I'm saying? That's why when we was talking last week on spiritual reparations, and I was like, oh, I want to say it. I want to say it so bad because I wanted to tell everybody last week, yeah, it wasn't Papa Leg, but it wasn't Baron Summit either. It wasn't none of the, you can keep trying to name Lois, and I'm going to tell you it wasn't them. It wasn't them. There were some Petro Loa involved, and when she called on Papa Legba, they answered because it pissed them off that she called on Papa Legba.
Right.
Papa Legba is great for many things, but at the same time, he's an old man. Okay, and you thought those Petro spirits was finna let you take advantage of this old man and ask this old man to do something? They was like, we gonna handle this. And they had to because you were asking for this under the conditions of having dark entities attached onto you.
Right.
Like y'all don't know what that girl's seen in those 48 hours before she even did that ritual. She felt like a part of her felt like she had to do the ritual. A part of her really felt like she had to do the ritual because she felt like she was up under some sort of scope. She was really scared. Okay, even when she did the ritual, she was scared. That's why she said, I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to Papa Legba anyway. You know, her only plan was not just to curse her ex. That wasn't her only plan. She had a set of plans actually. And the set of plans was for her to get rid of those spirits that had attached themselves to her. Because she was under the impression that her ex had attached those spirits to her, but her ex didn't do that to her. Something else did that. Okay, so now that we're about to close on this subject, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She was gonna banish those spirits that was attached to her, and those spirits were not letting her go. They were not letting her go. They were like, you belong to us. You belong to us. And that makes me want to tell you guys, if there's somebody that you have lost, if there's somebody who has passed and you thought, it was suspicious, I want you to retract the steps of that person's life, the weeks up until days before they pass, because that's going to give you the clues on what really happened. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these deaths are spiritual. There was a guy who he was a Disney actor. He died in his sleep in like 2020. He was fighting something spiritually. A lot of times when people pass away in their sleep, they're fighting something spiritually and they lose the battle. That's why they pass away in their sleep. Because when you think about it, and after the autopsy's done, the doctors can't explain to you, because how does somebody 19 die of 20, 18, anybody in their 20s die of something natural causes?
Right.
You get what I'm
That's not
saying?
supposed to happen.
Yeah,
Doesn't make
that's
sense.
not natural.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's his name. That's his name, Cameron. And it
Cameron Moore, yeah.
yeah, that messed me up.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
messed me up. Cause I was like, oh geez. You know, like, oh my God, not you.
Mm-mm.
Not you fighting spiritual battles. You know, fighting
Right. Right.
fighting fighting spiritual battles. And how did I know? Because he told me. That's where I got the
Mm-hmm.
information from. He was the one who told me that he was right. She says me too. He's the one who told me that he was fighting the spiritual battles because I asked what happened to him. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even with Nip, I was telling her like I didn't say anything at first. Girl, I was head over
Okay.
heels sad. My inner thoughts, I was head over heels sad because
Mm-hmm.
that whole time I had been smelling death and I knew a whole bunch of people was finna die. And my husband was getting ready to he was getting ready to transition into doing something else in his life, and I was just like, I don't think you should do that right now. I have just this like eerie feeling, so he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the year that Nip died. That's the year that Mo3 died. And
Mm-hmm.
I like when I had this vision when the divine showed me this, I just seen blood everywhere. I seen people getting shot. I seen people drowning. I seen people just being unalived in the most craziest ways. Car accidents, being thrown hundreds of feet from their cars, even being
Mm-hmm.
unrecognizable. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was so upset in 2020, you know, when everybody was like, why is she going after these fake spiritualists? Because it's you guys' fault.
Right.
It's you
Right.
guys'
Right.
fault making people think that what they're doing is okay and it's not okay. And some of these fake spiritualists have books.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Yep.
gonna say what the name of the book is, but it starts with numbers. I'm gonna tell you that it starts with numbers, and everybody was so crazy about getting that book. And when I tell you, I knew that man personally. That man was the cause of somebody dying. The police didn't find reason to arrest him or anything like that, but you know,
Mm.
your
That's
your
crazy.
your your ideology, your thought process, it just wasn't right for that person. And I'm not trying to be responsible for anyone's death. No one has
Right.
passed away under me. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? No one has passed away under me. And that's because I listen to the spirits. And although it may hurt your feelings, you know, I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but I'd rather your feelings be a little hurt and me tell you the truth that hey, you can like spirituality, but just because you like spirituality doesn't mean you have to be initiated.
Right.
You know,
Right. Right.
which is why I wanted to do an episode on that, because I'm tired of people dying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just reckless, you know, and somebody has to tell these people it's not about money. These people are so consumed with money that they willing to sell your soul. Like some of these people who are doing rituals are literally you're the ritual.
Right. Right. Right.
You're the ritual in these
You're
rituals.
the sacrifice.
Yes,
You don't even know
they're
it.
selling you. They're selling you for power and you don't even see it. Stop letting people touch your hands. Stop letting people shake your hands. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so much power in the hand. It's so much power in the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Stop letting people shut down your
Mm-hmm.
voice. You got spiritualists telling you, no, 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 you shut up and you, girl, you stupid. Tarot readers, all online, just, bitch, you dumb. Da, 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 da. Like, that's not how you handle business. You know what
It's
I'm
not.
saying? You don't have to talk to people like that, and people really follow these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't finna talk to me like that.
No.
Yeah.
And
You
not me take you seriously. No.
yeah, you're not finna talk to me like that. You know, like you know, don't, the disrespect is unreal. Like,
you know, we don't do
and
that.
it's sad. It's so sad. Like the stuff that I see, y'all. Like, it's so sad and it's so heartbreaking. And I don't wish any of that on anybody. I really hope that these podcasts help people be better. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
really do. I hope it helps them be better and to learn, because even like my inner thoughts was saying, she was like, wow, I never thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I never thought about it like that. And
Mm-hmm.
that, like, her journey, not to put her journey out there, but her journey, I see why she's done it the way she's done it. You see what I'm saying? Because you cannot trust these people out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly
Mm-hmm.
better for you to be a solitary witch or just solitary period than to
Right, right,
join
right.
somebody, because in honesty they're gonna lie to you, they're gonna take your money, and then you're still gonna leave with all these questions, and you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna know how to do anything physically. And imagine, like, initiations are high. They start off at like
Mm-hmm.
$10,000. So imagine having to
Mhm.
come up with 30, 40, $50,000 for initiation, and then you leave and you still don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
That's crazy.
you end up passing away, and then your family doesn't even have money to bury you.
Mm.
You know, or it could be the situation like Dana. Your family can't even get your body.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
and like a lot of people been saying, what if they were lying about her body and she was walking around zombie?
Mm.
How what are you supposed to do about that? You go to another country, you don't even know the language.
Right, right, right.
You get what I'm
Just as
saying?
lost as she was. She,
That's what I'm saying. Imagine how scary that is.
Mhm.
You in a foreign place, and you just realize that everybody that's around you, you can't even trust them.
mm-hmm.
That is an awful place to
Right,
be in. Like
right.
a lot of these situations, they stem from trusting the wrong people.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they really do stem from trusting the wrong people. And when you see these things in the news, you have to know, like, when I didn't speak on Nip, and I still really haven't spoke on Nip, because I grew up in LA. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
growing up in LA, where I'm from, I knew a lot of the people y'all know as famous. Like, I knew them as those were just kids. We all grew up together. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Because
right.
I would spend half of the year in Cali and half of the year, you know, in Texas for a while, because that's where I was being trained. You know, up
Mm-hmm.
until I
Mm-hmm.
started going to other, you know, states and other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
knowing him, and then witnessing how he died, and then him dying on our twins' birthday,
Oh
was
my
just,
goodness.
yeah, like, they don't even like their birthday like that no more. Like, the same twins I was telling you about
Mm-hmm.
earlier, was just diabolical, because it wasn't called for. And like,
Right,
when he
right.
came to me, when Nip came to me, and I'm this is probably as much as I'm gonna talk about it, because I'm not gonna like do an episode fully covering what happened to him, because that was really my friend, you know.
Right, right, right.
But he was angry. Like, he was
Mm-hmm.
angry and throwing shit everywhere. Like, what the fuck? They done caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? My kids. And I'm just like, just sitting there
Mhm.
crying, because what can I do? I can't calm you down. You're upset, and you have every right to be upset. And
Yeah.
same thing with Mo 3. That's why I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's very important. It's very important that when somebody passes away, that y'all are not taking pictures of them and putting them next to candles, because they're not Loa, you know,
Mm-hmm.
unless
Mm-hmm.
the Loa are finna transcend them into Loa, right? So they're not Loa. So if that's the case, you're conjuring this person's spirit. This person just died traumatically, and you're literally sitting right here. No, and you're wondering why you feel this uneasy and cold feeling, even with a grandmother or a father who passed. Stop putting them pictures next to candles or putting pictures on candles to remember people. You better just light them candles and not put no pictures involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know how people have the picture albums, and you have to separate those because the dead is not supposed to be mixed with the living. I know it may be heartbreaking to do, but you're not supposed to do that. You know, I used to put pictures like on my wall. I had like a whole thing where you just like put pictures all over my wall, but I would put the living with the living and the dead with the dead. And if they were in pictures together, I would close those pictures off and put them like in a bag somewhere and store them away somewhere. You get what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have them out, around candles or things, because you're summoning something. You get what I'm saying? And imagine summoning something that's supposed to be trapped. You get what I'm saying? That's why we was talking about Kate being trapped. She's coherent now, but why do you think she's trapped? Does anybody know the answer to that question? Why is she trapped?
She either made a deal with something that she don't know, and she just can't get out, and her family members don't know how to get her out, and her ex probably don't even know how to get her out, because they don't know what even got to her or how many even got to her.
Part of her ex parting ways is because of what Kate was getting into. And Kate summoned something older than us and a lot of our ancestors, okay? That's why she's trapped. That's the real reason of why she's trapped. That's why Baron said that's not your job to do, because think about it. If there's something ancient inside of her, you get what I'm saying? If there's something ancient inside of her and you let it out,
where is it supposed to go?
Exactly. It's gonna go into the person who let it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because it has to have a host.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
And just think how many people do things for views and likes, and I'm not one of those people. A bullshit. Like that little boy said, a bullshit. I ain't nope. I'm not y'all laughing at me. I'm dead ass serious. I'm what?
No, but that's why I can't wait till this community podcast comes, because you already know what I told you as experience, and so I'm just over here like, wow. Like, and to notice that person went on a hiatus, like literally out, like vanished, and then came back recently that I've seen every time and it was something about this particular person that is just something about him that I did not like.
Please tell me it's a dude, ain't it?
Huh?
It's a dude, ain't it?
Yeah, remember I told you? And he
did his name start with a C?
Yes.
And my fucking God. Bitch, you lying. I'm sorry.
Wait. Hold
on. Was the last name a K?
What do he use? Hold on, let me.
Because I don't know what he uses now, but the first initial was a C, and the last initial was a K. And the reason why he went on hiatus was because him and his wife was initiating people, and the wife wasn't actually initiated. Okay, that was number one.
Right.
Number two, when they go on these like voodoo retreats and things, and they like do these things where they have these people coming in. He was essaying the women and the men, and had them um doing rituals while they were on their cycles. That's another thing. You're
Oh
not supposed
no.
to do any rituals when you're on
Oh
your
no.
cycle.
Oh no.
Talk about blood magic.
Okay. Like no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no. Stop it.
So the dude went on hiatus because there were people of all races calling him out for the things that he was doing and the things that he was doing to others. So like the community, like the good people in the community were speaking up. Well, the same
Mhm.
people that I knew him, and they kept
Mhm.
telling me, oh yeah, you should let him read you, you should let him do this,
Oh
because i
hell
was
no.
i was telling all of those people that I was not a priestess, because
Mhm.
fuck that, you not finna invite me to none of y'all conventions,
Mhm.
number one, as a
Mhm.
priestess, and you not
Right.
finna try to get near my godchildren, because this group of people, they like stealing each other's godchildren, but they're friends. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Allegedly.
Mhm.
So that's why I asked you what the initial was, and when I didn't mean to say what I said, but I was like, I know you fucking lying.
Okay.
So anything you tell me, I'm knowing it's true, because I watched this person do the same thing. And I'm gonna bring this up when we talk about the spiritual community podcast, because
Yeah. Yeah. Of
this
course.
one, this particular dude that they were telling me to go to, why they had, remember when I was telling you about the 7 planets in retrograde and
Mhm.
the 7 hurricanes in the ocean? Okay, he
Mhm.
was the priest who led he was the priest who led the ritual on me, and he did a video, and he was like, a child of Shango can attack another child of Shango. When he was sitting in that chair smoking on his cigar, all high yellow, as my mambo would say, high yellow, high dick capping, sitting in that chair, he looked like that storm had whooped his ass, because you went and attacked me. You're supposed to be a priest. Why are you guys not doing divination before my enemies are having you attack me?
Hello. Exactly. That's the first thing.
So when you just said that, not to cut you off, I am so sorry. I knew that's who you was talking about. They go by something different now, I believe, because I don't even know if he still shows his face, but I hit block,
Uh-huh.
block.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can tell part of the story to get them warmed up for what's coming.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Cause
But that's crazy.
go ahead, girl. Go
So
ahead.
like
Don't get
people
shot now. Mm-mm. I think we knew the same person.
but this person and see with this individual, like they all are convincing, right?
Very.
And so they are fueled by more people who join.
Mhm.
It could be live, it could be their post, or they'll
Mhm.
often do what he does is he'll take a picture of he has made his own like oracle deck, right?
Mhm.
And so he would take a picture of the oracle deck of a card, and he'll say, well, if you save this picture in your phone, you'll receive all these blessings, or they'll ward off anything negative that you have going on. And then he created a group.
Mhm.
And this group, he informed everybody that to, in the beginning of your name and at the end of your name, it should be a blood drop.
Mm-mm.
And so, at that point, for me personally, it always made me uncomfortable.
Right, because why?
Exactly. And so even at that time, I was new to spirituality. So it was like my body told me one thing.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm new to this. Like I'm a beginner. Like, why am I feeling like I shouldn't do this? And so when I went one day and put that blood drop in front of my name, my phone would not let me save it. It would not, like, my device started like shutting down, or like the blackout screens, and like all it kept and I'm like, and so I'm messaging him and I'm like, it's not working for me. Like, I don't understand. And he always gave me attitude. It was as if, like, I don't understand why it's not working for you, friend. Like, I don't get it, friend. I don't understand. Talk to somebody else, or reach out to this person and let them fix it. And it was just, and then I just end up leaving it alone, because I'm like, something is not wanting me to do what you want me to do. And he was getting hundreds of women. It was hundreds.
What I'm trying to tell you, hundreds and thousands of women, and I'm talking about soon as he go live, it's 700 people on the live. Soon as he go live.
Like, it's like, oh, friend, share the live, friend, and you will get a free card. And then I'm just like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to.
Right.
And I'm like, how are you going to be able to tend to each person? Everybody has their own individual goal, their own intentions.
Right.
Like, what woke me up was about spirituality is that you have your, like you said, how they talk, and see how he talked was really reckless. I remember one time he got into it with an individual in this group, and he told the girl, he said, "You don't understand what kind of power I have." And he ended up blocking her, because she was like, it's just some things that she's telling people to do that they shouldn't do. And he was like, who are you to tell me what I should be doing, or what they should be doing? They should be doing this. You're just a hater. So he labeled women who challenge him as haters. And I'm just like, I don't think that's what spirituality is supposed to go. It's supposed to go.
Right.
And he wanted sigils. He wanted you to write certain numbers on candles. He wanted you to have a particular color. He wanted you one thing that was really powerful for me. And I knew this is when my senses really kicked in, and I could smell. And he wanted us to write a number on a red candle. I kid you not, you guys. This candle danced all night. And he was like, you do this, you write the number on the candle, you do this, you have to pay attention, play some music. And I'm just like, that does not.
Oh, that was his trademark, because before the live started off, he was already playing the music.
And he
get what I'm saying?
And he plays music, and everybody's like, "Oh, friend, what's that song that's playing?"
Yep, and they go right in music.
They go and download it, and they listen to it, and even the songs that he wanted them to play, if I was to hear it, it would make me so nauseous.
You think spiritual communities is gonna be something? Wait till we do the podcast with music and the portals it open.
And how angry, and it just showed me how they were treating him as like he was his own God. You get what I'm saying? Like he was the most powerful being. And I couldn't get with it. Like, my spirit couldn't get. It's like, no, I'm not gonna come to you with God. I'm not gonna sit here and attack other women because you label them the girls were literally attacking people who he blocked. He'll say go to this girl and go on her page and go on her calling. And this particular individual was a Haitian. And he was like, y'all go on her page and y'all tell her about her stuff. They was cussing this girl out. Did you hear me? And I remember her words. She said, "You don't understand who I am." She said, and for the rest of y'all who is following him, you're going to feel it. Y'all, he went missing. When I say missing, I mean,
you sure that wasn't my comment that you seen?
I was about to say the same thing. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm just like, and that there, I think that kind of spooked me a little because I'm like, whoa, like I was thinking I was walking into this and like, oh, it's gonna be exciting, it's gonna be exciting. It was something that we all can do, and I'm just like, I just have the feeling of no, this is not what spirituality truly is. You cannot come with the glitz and glamour. Oh, this is gonna happen for you, but sir, you are a recovering addict.
Okay.
And you need to tell me that you've been quote unquote sober for 3 months, and you mean to tell me that you can make all of this happen for hundreds of women? How? On what ground do you what ground do you stand on?
Do you operate
on? You can't even heal yourself. Yes, because at this point you're not healed yourself. So how can you tell me someone else who is unhealed, who is seeking healing, that, oh, I'm automatically, you going to have, girl, you going to, if you like this status, you going to have $4,000 in your account. Sir, who?
Okay.
They're going to lose $4,000, whether it be in bills, whether it be in their health, whether it's going to come from so many avenues, and that is exactly what happened.
I'm going to just tell you like this. When I blocked all of them, my cash flow went up. As long as I knew them. See, I knew them under the guidelines of we practice a lot of the same things. You get what I'm saying? So we were like in a spiritual community, but it's like we knew each other, but I wasn't within their group. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that was the thing, they wanted me to join their group, and I kept saying no. So it was like one of the girls who was my cousin, she did work on me, and I believe it was to hurt my dog, and then her dog got sick, and it was like everybody in that camp kept getting sick. And that's when the Ugan I'm gonna tell you guys about in the spiritual community, he began to reach out to me, and he was like, look, I did do their show one time, but a couple times, but you need to stay away from them because they're trying to steal your power, because you're actually more powerful than them. Now, keep in mind, this is at the same time, and I spoke on this in Lineage Witch Chronicles. So if you go down my, you type in on my YouTube Lineage Witch Chronicles and listen to those, you'll hear me talk about this. But the guy was like telling me that they were going to try to do all these things, and they were trying to get me to meet them in New Orleans. And my dad was like, they're going to get you in New Orleans, and they're going to get you under the city, and they're literally going to drain you of your blood and try to take your energy. So if you guys don't know anything about New Orleans, I'm going to tell you, pay attention to why. Now on Bourbon Street be lit, but pay attention to why so many other streets don't have no people on them at night. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many catacombs in New Orleans, it's not even funny. But them people were gonna try to have me underground. I'm telling you, I kept saying to my cousin, I was like, girl, I'm not going to that stuff so y'all can Atticus me. Because that's what they did to Atticus. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did to Atticus. So, like, yeah, don't. That's what 10:10. That's why you met me. You know what I'm saying? 10:10 on the clock. That's why you met me, because you were finna put yourself in a position. Had you not listened to your energy and pulled away, you were finna be in a situation where your soul was gonna be locked and you were gonna be anchored into something that you couldn't have got out of. You get what I'm saying?
I can believe it.
And like you said, it was hundreds of women. It was hundreds of thousands. It wasn't just hundreds. It was thousands of women, and they all had, been done like this. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, child. My ancestors told me back then. They said the only reason why we told you to be friends with them is because we wanted you to have face-to-face view with your enemies. These are your enemies that were unbeknownst to you, because I had prayed for my enemies to be revealed, known and unknown. And that's when I started getting all those requests from them. So I honestly, within that community, it was over 200 of them. You get what I'm saying? Because they always tell you, well, if you don't know this, or if you can't figure this out, they always try to put you into somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I used to just play dumb, like I didn't know nothing. Now keep in mind, this was in 2019, 2020. So I had been a priestess, but I kept lying and saying that I wasn't a priestess. So when I went on the show, the woman who had newly become Mambo, she was like, "You a priestess," and I was like, "God damn it, you weren't." So she saw it. And she was one of my cousins too. She saw it, but the other people didn't see it. You get what I'm saying? And so one of the ladies, man, I can't wait to tell y'all in spiritual communities what happened. Because that lady, after hearing me on that podcast, the way that lady said what she said to me is just unreal. She was, 2 hours and 55 minutes on the clock. She was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to meet you and be your priestess in E5 and cut on your head." Baby, you done lost your mind.
No, ma'am.
If you think I'm finna let you cut on me or my head. So I'm telling you, when that Ugan told me that they were energy thieves, you know what I'm saying? He was right. And he was like, you already know it, you already sense it. And he was like, just continue to transmute that energy. And he was like, your posts are chapters to your book. And I was like, it's crazy that you noticed that, because everybody keeps asking me about my book, but that's what was taking so long with me in my book, because my first book is about affirmations. When I was gonna publish the book just through Amazon Publishing, just to go ahead and get out there, I didn't add pictures to it. So the reason why it's still not up, it actually shows that it's up, but it's not up. Like, you can't actually purchase it, because I didn't finish it and add the pictures to it. Like, it's still saved on my MacBook. So much stuff began to happen that I wasn't able to publish it. But when I go back and look at me telling everybody I'm gonna publish it, it wasn't time, because there were still people I needed to remove. You get what I'm saying? There were people who needed to hear my voice, to know who I am, to be able to really, understand me and what I was bringing to the table. So yeah, like, that's why it's been a pause. But because everybody's asking for it now, that's what makes me want to go and finish it and publish it. And I do want to do that before the little one is born. So I am going to do that. But in between that, I do want to also continue to work on Spiritual Sauce, my other book, because in Spiritual Sauce is where I'm going to be putting all of this stuff that happened in more detail. You get what I'm saying? So you're not just going to get like a little snippet, you're going to get full blown detail about what happened. And that's why I say it's crazy Kiara says that, because I believe not only did we know the same person, but if they were not the same person, they were definitely in the same group, because it was a lot of them. And like she said, they always got somebody to patch you into, always, got somebody new for you to talk to, or you get what I'm saying? And it's like you wouldn't talk to them or you wouldn't reach out to them, but oh how they would reach out to you.
Yep.
You know?
Quickness too.
So I'm just really glad you followed your intuition on that, man, because I feel like it saved you. I feel like it saved your life.
Because even the energy that it created in my home, just from having those ties, like, I even had to get, like, I had railroad, spikes, the railroad nail.
Yep.
Yes, the spikes.
Yep.
And I had to get rid of them. I literally had to get rid of them.
Where'd you get them from?
So the thing was, so he had us one assignment. He considered it as homework.
Mm-hmm.
He initiated a person. Yeah, he initiated a person to. A girl was like, "Oh well, I got like 30 something spikes. I can send them to people who need them." And so again, I'm new.
Girl,
I'm just like,
you
okay,
got one of them spikes, Kiara.
Listen. And she was like, I got spikes. And I'm like, oh my God, melon. And when I tell y'all the energy in my home shifted, it completely shifted. And I think it was a clash of not only my abilities, and the guys on my side was just like, oh, you want to find out? It like, and that's when it took a total shift for me. It was really, when I say one of the darkest moments ever, 2023 was definitely not a fun year for me.
Oh my gosh.
And it was all at the start of me learning about spirituality. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go into this. I got help. I got supportive people who was like, yeah. Like, everybody, these women were just, when I say so excited, them commercials, the infomercials in the middle of the night. Oh, if you go here and purchase this water, it's going to
oh my God, that miracle spring water.
You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to walk tomorrow, and come on down and come on and buy this, and in 10 seconds, I'm going to send you two. It was the energy of these women. And I kept, every time, it was like every time we had a Zoom call, every time we had a girl talking, I stayed nauseous. And so nauseous that I couldn't stand up doing
Why
any
did you have to say Zoom?
Exactly. And it was too much energy on that one setting for me.
I'm about to fall and hit the floor.
Like, yes, and I'm like, oh my God.
Don't do that.
And what's crazy, I met you. I ended up talking to you I think it was the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024. And I'm like, what in the world? And I one day remember praying, and I'm just like, what is it? Who do I need? Like, what do I need to surround myself with? And you were the first person. And so I remember commenting, you was like, girl, you can text and call me. And I'm like, at that point, I'm scared. I'm like, like, I ain't calling. No,
that was me too, Kiara. That was me too. Don't feel bad.
I knew you was. I knew you was. I knew you was scared. I knew you was scared. And when I first met you, I kept hearing his name, and I was like, "Tell me this girl don't know this man."
And I'm just like,
because they all had followers. You get what I'm saying? Like each of the priests and priestesses, they all had followers, and that's why I said what shook me. Okay, this is what really shook me. How are all of y'all going? For all my people in New Orleans, I need y'all to comment, because how are you going to New Orleans and you not going and paying homage to Priestess Miriam?
Right.
It seemed like they was doing everything in New Orleans, sitting, laying down satin cloths next to people graves. We doing that grave magic. But this, all this bullshit came after I was posting. If you go on Facebook to my Royal Heiress page, if you go on, because my page is public, if you go on Facebook to my The Brewhouse Lair page for my business, you will see that I've been offering classes. Okay, I've been offering classes. I've been posting rituals in the cemetery and stuff like that. So these people were not doing that shit. So like, when through these people I met my cousins. You get what I'm saying? Because I used to listen to one of the women's readings, and I was like, what caught me is I was like, damn, we look alike. That's what made me listen to her readings. And she was just like, telling me, normal shit. So the one night the ancestors was like, ask her this question, and she responded to me and was like, Royal, yes, your ancestors are proud of you. Yes, your ancestors are proud of you. But she stayed on me for a minute, because she was like, you can see and hear spirits and talk to spirits, sense spirits, like you're divinely gifted. So she ran down my whole thing then and there. Okay, so once she did that, you can just imagine how many people start sending me friend requests. You get what I'm saying? Based off of what she was saying. So even upon seeing her live that night, the divine was like, that's it, that's her, that's your key to finding your enemies, to seeing your enemies. And I wasn't just seeing their faces as they appeared on lives, I was seeing their true face. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I believe that's what Kiara was seeing, but what she was feeling, because why else would you be nauseous? They love doing Zoom. So when you was like, hold on, that's why I said I'm finna hit the floor, because you are literally explaining the same people. And this is what they did. This is literally what they did. Like, that's why I'm like, y'all not even understanding. Like, it's a reason why my store is online only. Think about it like this. Do you want to buy crystals from me that everybody been touching, that got problems? They kids been touching on it, flinging Palo Santo around, playing with it. People can't control their kids. You know what I'm saying? When you buy a product, you get it straight out the bag, straight out the box from me. You get what I'm saying? All my stuff is put together, I keep it in certain areas, keep the areas clean, because it's a spiritual product. People, oh, well, I want to come in and do a reading. I don't want you in my space. You fighting all these demons that you're not gonna fight, because you're not gonna do the spell work to get it done, because it's too high and you don't want to do it. Even though I offer payment plans, you think you the great divine witch of the West, and you don't want nobody to help you. You feel like you can do it
Like you
all.
just went to Kelly.
You and your demons are not finna walk in my house. So
Hello.
when you say that the activity in your house, the things that was going on in your house, yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I used to offer readings where they were face to face. No, no,
No.
because you can't do anything about how your spiritual team protects you, and
Yeah.
allowing these people around your energy. When I work, my kids be with me. My kids are homeschooled, so I don't know. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no. Everything
When
everything
I
was
say heavy,
everything was going on in my house crazy.
yeah, it's really crazy from losing connection a lot to uh, even in even with your kids when you do stuff like that in the household and your kids have to live there, it can affect them too.
Yeah.
In many different ways, makes them feel uncomfortable, from nightmares to
To
just
them fighting and
unexplainable sickness.
arguing.
Yeah, grades, because at this time my child was going through a lot,
Mhm.
from health issues to not being able to focus in school and having to go under, like, from at one point, hey, she may need medication. So he's like,
Right.
Yep.
like, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's really gonna alter her mind. It's gonna change her completely. And for them to be like, ma'am, something wrong with your child. No,
Right.
no, this is not a physical thing. This is a spiritual thing.
Right.
And once I noticed that, once I noticed that, and then how drastically everything shut down, his group shut down. He shut down. Like, he was nowhere to be found, you guys. I kid you not. He was
The Instagram was gone. The TikTok.
Everything.
I didn't even have Instagram and TikTok, but I knew it was gone because
everything stopped.
Yep, because my cousin was telling me. My cousin was like, "Girl, you said this was finna happen. Guess what happened?" So her priest, her godfather at the time told her, well, what was going on, but he put it on Facebook and was like, "I told y'all not to touch the anointed." They fell. Right after he attacked me, he fell. He shouldn't everything that he was doing, it came out in the open. And when people, I'm talking about, them comments was lit. When people found out that they had been paying his wife all of that money, tens of thousands of dollars, people were losing their homes. Okay, people were losing their homes behind paying this man. And when they found out that they were losing the way that they were losing, and the wife wasn't initiated.
Yeah, I'd have been livid. Nah, bro.
These is people
I
hard
can't even
earned
wait for
coins.
spiritual reparations on that one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I don't even know if I can wait for spiritual reparations.
Look.
Yeah.
Look, y'all know what it is. Y'all, look, I'm gonna keep it clean for YouTube, but y'all, if you listen to YB, you know what it is.
Okay.
We in all black, buddy. We in all black.
Okay.
We in all black.
Yeah. Yep, man. Yep.
Yeah, we finna pull up on you like YB pulled up on 21 Savage on that live. Scary ass. Yeah, we pulling up. What? Oh, y'all finna have to scoot over or something and let us move in. What you mean we ain't got no house?
Okay.
I'm taking your bedroom. You hear me? You sleep in the living room.
Where your other properties at? We taking them too, because you owe so many people. Like,
so many people.
I'm talking, what? I'm like, bro, think about thousands of people, okay? 10K and more a person.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Man, look. But now you understand why I was so angry. You get what I'm saying? And that's why they were attacking me. That's why all of them, oh, that's why I'm telling you, over 200 of them were attacking me, still is attacking me, because they were like, you basically, every time you write a post, you basically telling people that we fake. Yeah.
You on the R, calling it like I see it. Calling it like I see.
Because that's what it was. You're taking people's money, and y'all are making millions of dollars off of people. You know what I'm saying? By just
who need help, who just want help. That's it.
Like, come on, people
just
were
want better for
do y'all know why people were losing houses? Because people were taking out a second mortgage on their homes, getting loans to pay and be initiated, or to pay just to be in your presence. That's crazy.
That is wild.
These women, you know how many women who were following? We ain't even supposed to be talking about this.
We ain't.
But because this supposed to be a whole nother podcast, but it's so many stories to tell on this situation, because it's like, do you know how many people lost their husbands because they were following this man? Child. Why you have to do it, Kiara? They finna be like, oh, I can't. What episode is that?
I'm ready.
Look, she like, can we just skip over episode 5 and just go ahead into episode 6?
Listen, it was just like, it was I could just say that year alone. 23 was just.
It was definitely a dark period, because imagine in 20, for me, this was happening with me in 2020. You know, if you knew me or you was following me, you know I called the year 2020 the year of revelation. Okay? So that's because that's what the divine told me he was doing. He said that he's revealing. You get what I'm saying? So in 2020, he was revealing these people for who they really were, because if he appointed you or told you to help these people, why are you doing this? And that's why I say a lot of people, they go and they get initiated, and you got to watch somebody who's initiated and sick. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about sick with no cold. I'm talking about literally sick with something that's going to keep you in the hospital for some time. You get what I'm saying? Them coming on there with their head wrap, oh, well, y'all, I got to go get this surgery. Like, there were people donating to this one mambo who needed surgery. And I'm like, that's wild, because, and I was watching her live, $100 here, $400-500 there. I'm like, bro, how you know this woman really gotta go even get an operation? How you know she not even faking that she's sick?
Hello.
Yep.
Like, you gotta be mindful. You gotta know the heart of the person that you're dealing with, and you have to do, like, if you're gonna be in spirituality, it's imperative that you even learn how to read cards at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to see you gonna have to read the people you're dealing with. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, this spiritual community, man, we ain't even supposed to be on this episode.
We jumped the gun.
Yeah, y'all jumped the gun. Y'all time looped. Y'all done time looped.
We jumped to the future, child.
They're like, let's talk about this, because that's how serious it is, and like they hearing this, but this is just one story.
Right.
We talking about years of dealing with these people. You get what I'm saying? You know how many stories that is?
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, people they just came across it. Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah,
That's a
seriously.
lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of people that they came. It's people who probably gonna see this video, years from now and be like, "Oh my gosh, they talking about the same person. I knew that person." You know what I'm saying? Or knew of them, and something in my spirit said, "Hey, look, stay away from them." Because that's the same thing my ancestors said. My ancestors was like, "Stay away from them," but you know stay around. You get what I'm saying? Stay around, but stay away. Like type of thing. So it's like
from a distance.
cause you need to see this. And here this is also why when you're listening to these people, you don't go and grab a journal and start writing this stuff down because you don't know what they really have you doing.
Right. Oh Lord.
Like you talked about with that candle, you got these people hexing themselves.
You got them doing, and it was like pay attention to colors and what the colors supposed to be, and a bunch of Google.
but you see how you see how he had you put that number on the red candle. Now me as a priestess, I'm gonna tell you, you could have been throwing away your love right there, cause red is used also for love.
But what? With the candles though, and you have to have high heels. Oh.
No.
Okay, we're gonna wait to episode 6, y'all. We're gonna wait to episode 6.
Yeah. See,
all
them people just done tossed their love life away. They like, why I can't find nobody? Well, you remember that candle you used?
I'm gonna tell y'all who was associated with this, with the number, who she was had, because it wasn't one person he wanted you to call on. You were calling on 2 people at one time.
What?
Now this is pause. Press pause. Press pause. Hold on. So you want some uninitiated people to call on some what? Say that again. You want some uninitiated people to call on some who again?
On 2, it was 2. He called it deities. He called them that. But see, one was a mother, and the other one was supposed to be her child. Yes, ma'am.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I can't wait to episode 6 so I can tell you that story.
Who? Please tell me it wasn't oil in her children.
It wasn't oil. It was the story behind the woman. Somehow all I'm gonna say, because you have to wait. You told us to wait. She was supposed to be that of a slave. Her son, I believe he said, was tragically killed somehow.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm on the floor at this point.
And see, the thing with that was, he just kept saying that she loves high heels. So you have to pick some high heels in order to call on to her.
So he picked an actual ancestor.
Mhm. He said she liked high heels and she loved music because she loved to dance.
I wonder how many people put on some high heels and went to go dance at the club that weekend or the following weeks and broke their damn necks.
And see, the thing about the scary part of a bunch of women who is eager to get whatever he wanted you to do, whether it was love, whether it was finances, whether, how thirsty they were to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
It's one thing to just, okay, Let me make sure I got my high heels and the candle lit. But it's another thing to do it more than even one time is bad enough. But to repeatedly do it and to repeat, and then you had to be, and then get your wine and get your get your weed and and just feeling. It was like feeling the ambiance of it, and you had to be connected, and so it was just like, sir, you want me to do a whole lot of stuff in my home,
right?
Okay. It was always at a Zoom call after 7.
Yep, that's them.
And it was you just had to be aware. Ladies, do this. So ain't no telling how many women actually didn't do it at a certain time, or who just went all day playing soft music with heels and had the candle going. And with him, he would say, don't blow out that candle. You have to let it burn all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Technically, because the thing about this is too, if you work in rituals and you get tired, you do need to snuff the candle out, because you don't blow them out. You use a snuffer to snuff them out. But the thing is that you putting people in positions where they working with deities, spirits, entities that they don't know, and
that's what I'm saying. I don't even
leaving
know
the candles lit. That sounds like the house gonna burn down. So that's why I'm like, I wonder how many people were affected by these rituals. See, I was never in the group. I was never in the group. That was just, someone that was on my page. Like, I was never in the group. I never joined any of their groups. The only thing that I did join, and that was because they asked me to teach, was they asked me to teach at their school. So I did get in that group, but I left because I didn't like the energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like the energy. And I'm like, all these people in this group is crazy because no one was saying anything. You get what I'm saying? So they was just like all in the group for what? So I was like, y'all just energy harvesting.
But you want to know why no one said nothing? Because he got rid of the ones who did. I remember it was a couple of girls who even...
it was the school group. It wasn't his group. It was the school group by another priest who had the collegium school.
He would tell them, most of the time, he started out saying, never take a picture of your candle. When I say, these women fresh on board, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen so many people take a picture of their altar. I never seen so many people take a picture of candles. I never seen so many. Imagine how many energies you have now invited into your home because you went, caused yourself making an altar the way that he wanted you to make it, told you that you can have it anywhere in your home. Told you that you can have it anywhere in your home. And then to turn around, and you just told us you are not allowed to take a picture, but now you accepting hundreds and thousands of women to take pictures of candles.
And you not.
And
when y'all see my videos, what do you see?
Everything but.
You know what I'm saying? You might get a little broader view of my desk, but you not fixing to see my altars. I got altars. You can't walk around my house and not walk to where an altar is. There are altars all over my house. You know what I'm saying? Upstairs, downstairs, there are altars everywhere. And I could show them. They're very beautiful, but nope, I'll pass. You get what I'm saying? But we live in society where it's like, if you don't post it, you're not doing it. Even when I take pictures of candles and things, that's because the spirits are like, hey, go ahead and take these pictures of these candles. But every time I'm taking pictures of candles, it's not of the actual ritual. These are just of extra candles. You get what I'm saying? That we're burning, but it's not of someone's ritual. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause it sticks up the magic. And anybody who has worked with me, I tell them, y'all know this. Hey, look, I'll send you some pictures of, your candles so you know I'm doing your work, but you finna get these pictures and that's it. As your work goes on, I'm not sending you pictures because it sticks up the work. I really don't want to send these, but you don't know me. So I at least want you to see that your work is getting done. But that's why I'm always like, follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube. Here's my phone number so you know that I'm a real person and that you can connect with me and talk to me anytime you need to versus me being so closed off. You get what I'm saying? Because again, you're trusting me with your money. You get what I'm saying? To do your work. And I tell people all the time, like, the prices that I charge for the rituals, they don't even include my time and energy. So when people watch my videos on YouTube and they send donations or super thanks, or when hey girl, what's your cash app? And send even if it's $5, I'm grateful because that shows that you are grateful for my time, because if you go on my websites, my readings are not cheap. You get what I'm saying? But for the people who, I feel like, what about the people who can't afford readings? So that's why I do readings, here on YouTube, because I do want people to still get the clarity, that they need. But I'm grateful also for those who respect my time and energy. You see what I'm saying? But I've never asked anyone for money. You get what I'm saying? Do you know how many people go live on YouTube and they're like, send me donations or GoFundMe? I'm not asking you to do that. Whatever you do out the kindness of your heart, I appreciate it and I accept it, but I'm not asking for it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those women were taken advantage of, and I feel like so many women get taken advantage of because the first thing people are concerned about is their love and their money. And that's because when they're attacked, that's the first things that get attacked: their love, their money, their beautiful, their beauty. Because people don't want you to have love, people don't want you to have money, and if they take away your money, then what man, or what woman will want you and you can't provide for them? You get what I'm saying? So that's why they do that. That's why they do that. That's why I say I wish more people um understood how serious this really is, because it is very serious. And just as we're talking about the groups, this is the same type of community that Kate was in. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything we've said here tonight is for a reason. Literally everything we've said tonight is is so on point with Kate, because Kate fell victim to something that she couldn't fight.
Right.
And what happens when you fall victim? Like Kiara was saying, she felt nauseous, she felt sick. And why was this happening? She doesn't know. She's new to this. She's trying to understand, and she's in turn being taken advantage of. My inner thought said the same thing. She said, yeah, that's exactly why the Most High kept me sheltered, because I would have got too. These are facts. She could have got. So how many people are going to come across this live who have been taken advantage of spiritually? So when they get on here and they see tarot readers, they're like, yeah, your ass ain't finna use me. I done already been down that road. Yeah, some of this resonates.
Right, or it's like we can't do anything. Like, we're held to a higher standard, and we just can't be around certain people, so we just can't do everything. And it makes us, feel some type of way sometimes, but we understand because we are divinely protected, and there are things that are sent to us that don't like that. So it's their job to protect us above all else.
Right. And, being divinely protected doesn't mean you just have the right to go be stupid either. You know
It
what I'm
doesn't.
saying? Which is why
Which
you
is
have to
exact
listen to
opposite.
your discernment. Listen to your discernment is so important because people literally play off of you not knowing something. You get what I'm saying? Three hours and 33 minutes on the call clock. You get what I'm saying?
Three.
333. Like on Papa, on. I keep talking about Papa Legba, man. on Ogun's Day. I chose Ogun's Day because Ogun is known to fight war, and we are in a spiritual war. That's why I chose to do the podcast on Tuesdays because not only are we in spiritual war with other beings, we are in spiritual wars with other human beings. You get what I'm saying? Because they don't want these type of messages to get out. You seen what happened when I was talking about my dad. I told you my dad is powerful. Hey, click, cut the phone off. Cut the phone off.
Pure hater.
He tried to Kendrick Lamar me. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Okay.
Like don't tell them that. But they need to be aware because, like, imagine having lived with somebody who looks like Dr. John. And if you don't know Dr. John, like, I suggest you guys go and look into books about him. There's a book that's called Voodoo Dreams, and that book in itself will make you change your view. If you have a positive view of Dr. John, it will make you change your view on him, because then you'll be like, dang, did Marie really go through that? There are a lot of books. I'm not going to tell you some of them because they have a lot of our actual history in them. But they tell you about her children, and they tell you about what Dr. John did to them and tried to do to them and how he continued to fight them. But then there are some stories that say, oh, well, he was her mentor and he was great. And I'm like, well, if he was so great, then why is all of this stuff coming up? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm telling y'all, it's some of these mentors, like, and you I don't refer to myself as a mentor. I refer to myself as a mambo and a priestess because that's who I was initiated to be. Go research the word mentor and what it was used for back in the gap. BC AD. Go look what that word was used for. It wasn't used for anything positive. You know what I'm saying? I don't refer to myself as a therapist because it has rapist in the word. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't need nobody out here mind fucking you. There's enough of that going on right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's you really have to watch what you say. You can refer to me as a spiritual counselor, but not leave the therapy stuff alone. I don't like that word. I really don't like that word because of what's attached to that word. And nobody has probably ever even looked at that word like that. But that's just a word I don't like, you know. Um mostly everybody around me, they mambo, 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 all day long. I prefer that over calling me a mentor, even if you're not initiated under me. You get what I'm saying? It's just really a sign of respect. If you're not initiated under that person and still refer to them as mambo or priestess, it's just a form of respect because that person does have a title. But type in mambo on on Facebook and see what you get. You're gonna get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of names. When it comes to the word Ugan, type in Ugan on Facebook or any other social media site. There are gonna be plenty of people going by that name, and I don't go by that on social. All my social is going to just say royalty on my website, that's where you're gonna see the title. You get what I'm saying? But like on social media, because I don't try to classify myself within what everyone else does. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just it's just royalty this way, you know? Like, so I'm glad you ladies joined me. I'm glad everybody joined this live tonight. I am fixing to go cook tacos. Um
Not it's 11:55.
oh goddamn.
You gotta wait a whole minute. You gotta wait a whole freaking minute, bro.
All right, in other news, how is the weather where you guys are? How is the weather?
Warm this way.
It's great. It's great. It's warm. Finally, thank goodness.
So like one day it was 80 degrees, then it was like 40, and then it was like 80. Yeah. So I didn't even know how to dress at this point. Like,
No, I literally changed clothes like 3 times, like 2 or 3 times.
yeah, like it's here it's like all the seasons in one day. You know?
Yeah.
Like she said spring is springing. Girl, I don't know what to call this, cuz I'm like, the other day she was like, I'm at the door, it's freezing, open the door, open the door. I'm like, what the hell? It was just 80 degrees earlier. Where the, you know what? I keep telling y'all we in spiritual war. You know what I'm saying? All these, because there's more spiritual activity at night. You know what I'm saying? So all these souls are just walking around. You know, that's why I'm going to need everybody to stop doing spell work who is not a professional, because y'all opening up these portals and gateways, and y'all messing with the temperature, as they say.
You know?
As the old people say, the temperature. You know, because when we were kids, when we were kids, you know, the schedule, everything was on schedule. You know, summer was summer, spring was spring. Now it's like we skip over spring. You know, we skip over spring, we skip over fall, and we just have summer and like 3 weeks of winter. What is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I don't know.
So I don't know, but I appreciate y'all for watching the live, and I really would appreciate if you guys come back, because we do have a lot of topics to talk about. You may have to watch these in intervals if you're not watching them live. I do recommend that you guys cook, clean up, or do whatever it is you have to do, because it seems like we can't get under an hour. You know, I was like, oh, could we have a podcast for an hour? Yeah, I don't think so.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, cause I'm finna still talk to y'all while I go cook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yep. Cause I'm like sitting here and I'm like, okay, we hungry now. But if y'all do have any subjects y'all want us to speak on, y'all can let us know too, cause we will speak on other, you know, topics and our experiences with those topics too. And then for everybody who like asked me about readings, how you find my readings, when you go to my site, you have to go to the book online section. Like if you're looking from your phone, you have to hit like the little 3 tabs at the top. But so it's not like the menu, the whole menu is not gonna appear at the top. But if you're like on your laptop or your MacBook or computer, then you'll be able to see it. But you go to the little tab or you go to the menu and you click book online, and all the readings that I have online is up there. All the services, all my work I have is like up there. And like even when people are like on payment arrangements, I have different payment slots that they can do too. So yeah, some people pay through there, but a lot of people pay through Cash App or like Chime, and that's just because like when you pay on the website, it does take money off. So yeah, because people ask me that literally every time I'm either reading or I go live. They'll ask me like, can they book with me? You know, they'll send me emails. I know my emails are gonna be crazy tonight. Like, I always check them at the end of the day so I can make sure I, like, try to get everybody. But sometimes it be too many, and I can't respond to everybody, but I do my best at responding, to comments and emails as I can. So if I haven't, it's not that I'm ignoring nobody or anything, but that would be why. So I love each and every one of y'all. The live says 222 on the clock. I'm gonna send out peace, love, and abundance to everybody who watched the live. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.